guys, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. Sorry I'm a little late. I definitely had to push back the time a little bit, and there's many reasons as to why that is, and we're actually going to get into that a little. But if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. These are the weekly messages and downloads and what have you for June 16th to the 22nd. We do have some announcements before we get into everything. First announcement being just a little bit of an activation warning. I've been anchoring some pretty intense energies, which is also why I had to take a little bit of extra time to like handle that and to be properly grounded for this video. Sorry, the chat distracted me for a second. I'm trying to stay focused here. I'm going to be doing this a lot, by the way, during this live because there's just been a lot going on energetically. So there's that. The other thing, I will be live on Patreon on the 18th of June. I already forgot the time I scheduled with my patrons to go over the summer solstice and go over some intention setting. I will also do the weekly for patrons either Wednesday or Thursday, which will be live. Depends on how things fall for when that will be. So patrons, keep an eye out for that. If you're curious about Patreon and being part of the Rainbow Tribe, please check out Patreon or the website. All of the information you would need is linked below. I may also go live this weekend for the New Moon in Cancer hangout on Patreon. Y'all know how I do. I flow. And if you're new, we flow over here. And if that's your jam, then, welcome. Anything else I want to mention announcement-wise before I get into it? I don't think so. I'm very eager to get into these messages for you. Especially because a lot of it I actually had written down to do a podcast later, a podcast episode later about you know what I'm trying to say. There is a podcast episode dropping tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled for that if you're curious. But yeah, this is, it's a monumental week. I don't ever use that word, and that's how it feels. It feels like a very monumental week, and I'm just excited to talk about it. I am going to try to do a little bit of this overview might be, hold on a second, let me just get this writing down here. So normally when I have done these lives for the weekly, I've normally compartmentalized it into overview of the week and hardcore astrology and channel messages and then sign readings. I'm really liking the just like flowing with it as like one, especially given that there is a lot of downloads to talk about, actually, coinciding with the astrology, and I can see it in the astrology. So I'm just going to start talking, and we're just going to go with it, okay? Okay, sounds great. Let me go ahead and get this timestamp going. Let's see. I believe all tiers get lives. Let's see. Okay, before I do that, let me just get into the chat a little bit here for Patreon. The gold and black, yeah. Spirit may be asking you to come into awareness by ensuring you're not just setting, but maintaining your boundaries and resolving internal. Oh, okay. You guys are chatting amongst each other. So again, for Patreon, go ahead and read the descriptions of the tiers. I want to stay in it and stay focused. So if you have any questions about like website, socials, all of those things, please just check out the information below so I can like stay focused. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Actually, I'm gonna start that at 4 minutes. Okay. What a week. What a week we have in store for us. So tomorrow, you can see a little cattail. He's already up in here. Hey, CJ, aloha. Mars moving into Virgo tomorrow on June 17th. On June 18th, we also have a quarter moon in Pisces while Jupiter is exactly square Neptune. That's going to be interesting. We'll get into all the things, I promise. And June 20th is, hi, buddy. I know, I see you. June 20th is when we begin summer solstice and Cancer season in Western Tropic astrology. And we'll get into some interesting things about that. So just to give you some important transits for the week to be aware of. I spoke about this in the Aloha Friday live, which is also why you guys probably saw that I like clipped out that channel message regarding this period from June 9th to the summer solstice in relation to just intentions and also the seeding of matriarchy, which is like, we're going to get into that. Y'all, I had to do so much grounding today. so much grounding today. Yes. Anyway, yeah, if you saw that, that was part of the Aloha Friday live, which is why I saw a comment about like, oh, it won't let me in the live. It was a previous live and I just clicked it out. But that being said, moving into this week, today was intense. Yeah, you feeling it too? You feel, I'm just like, just trying to hold on. There are three major themes going on with this week. And the first, Cancer squaring Aries, heart resonance, right? It may arise for some people as a bit of a battle or conflict. Hold on, Clyde. You should see his little face just popped up. Buddy, I asked if you needed anything before I went live. What? No, no. Anyway, sorry. I swear I did. I checked in with him. I was like, do you need anything? Are we good? And of course, it's like once the energy gets started, he just can't help himself. Bubs, thank you. Okay, let's come back. So these themes. Cancer squaring Aries, heart resonance is the big theme here. Some people may be experiencing this in terms of internal battle of listening, buddy. Speaking of listening to their heart resonance versus their ego. Mostly comparing to the ego. There's some Chiron energy there. There's some I want energy there. So whether you're experiencing it as like pursuit of personal pleasure or passion, or some ego-y, triggery stuff, or even some like wounding stuff, heart resonance is almost like not a challenge here, but it's an invitation. I really want to say this invitation to be brave and courageous enough to choose your heart resonance. And when I say heart resonance, I mean choosing what actually vibrates with your heart, what vibrates with your resonates, thank you, with your frequency, your essence, you, like all of what you really are underneath it all. Coming back, sorry. It's like there's I've been having moments where like lyrics are trying to come out of me. It's like really interesting. But Clyde, it's the energy, man. It's the energy. Cancer squaring Aries. The reason this is such a theme, yes, we do have Jupiter and Cancer squaring off the conjunction of Bubs. Let me just like hold him for a second and maybe he'll be fine. Hold on. Come here. What? I'm telling you guys, the energy's been so insane over here. Okay. Yes, we do have Jupiter and Cancer squaring Saturn and Neptune conjunction in Aries, but we have a couple other things happening. We do also have on the quarter moon in Pisces on the 18th, we do have that Jupiter square Neptune peaking, it's climaxing. And on the summer solstice, we actually have the sun moving into Cancer while the moon is in Aries. When I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, we're really taking that up a notch, aren't we? So there's that. And then also, towards the end of the week, we have Mercury in Cancer squaring off Chiron in conjunction with Eris and Aries. So we have a lot of celestial bodies squaring off in the sign of Cancer and in the sign of Aries. Also why this is going to be such a theme. It's going to really impact our cardinal signs, our cardinal peoples. I would say, speaking to the cardinal signs like Cancer, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, I suspect Cancers will fare the best in this. We'll get into why that. It's all about the heart resonance. It's like, I can feel it. It's this like, are you going to choose heart resonance or not? Right? It's like what it's coming down to in whatever way it's coming up for you versus Aries. But again, we're going to dive deeper into that. So this is going to be an overview and we're going to have a deeper astrology dive into things. So just keep that in mind. Okay. This may also require vulnerability to choose heart resonance, which is why it can be so scary, especially with some of that Chiron energy that's like backing it, right? Now, there's that theme. Now, we also have, which I'm like so excited about, you probably saw it in the title, the Exalted Masculine Rises. And it's just like, wow. I love astrology, man. I really do. I also love just being a seer, but to see it through both lenses is just like, wow. Anyway, sorry, let's come back. The Exalted Masculine rises with the Matriarchy. matriarchal, maternal, Cancerian energy. And it's not even just about Jupiter in Cancer either. Vesta and Haumea have been working together in Scorpio for a bit. And there are some extra aspects that are happening with that are actually supporting that energy as well. For those who are not familiar, Vesta is like the sacred flame. It's the blueprint energy, right? Haumea literally represents mother. It literally represents Mother Earth, like literally, and sacred birth and matriarchal energy. I don't know if I said sacred birth, but that wants to be said again if I said it. Sacred birth. So we have multiple celestial bodies supporting the rise of matriarchal energy and the seeding of matriarchy specifically. And then we have this exalted masculine rising. The exalted masculine rising actually has to do with Mars shifting into Virgo and concluding its very, very long haul through Cancer and Leo, where we have been learning how to make decisions and act from the heart space, right? I know, buddy. Hi. But while Mars is moving into Virgo, it's going conjunct with Regulus. When I saw that, I was like, oh. It's like, oh. We'll get into the details of Regulus, but Regulus is very much like heart resonance and sovereignty. It has to do with Archangel Raphael, the heart of the lion, the heart of Leo, and again, this like sovereign energy, but also sovereign from the heart space specifically. And also has to do with like masculine energy in terms of like king, ruler, leadership, that sort of deal, including institutions. And we're going to get into the implications of that. At the same time, the sun, are you ready to get down? Okay. Okay, coming back. At the same time, the sun moving from Gemini to Cancer, Clyde is so big. He's a big boy. He's a linebacker, and I love him for it. It's a perfect match for me since I'm like fun size. Anyway, the sun going from Gemini to Cancer will also be working with Betelgeuse this week, which is another aspect or archetype of this masculine energy. While, buddy, hey. While Regulus is more of that king energy, Betelgeuse is the warrior energy. So it's this like really interesting culmination of these like different fractals of masculine energy that have the option, the window. It's a choice. And I'm going to get into like, how do I want to say, my best observation of how to view these energies to your benefit. Okay. But yeah, we have almost this like union within the masculine energies happening of like the warrior and the king. But Betelgeuse actually has to do with more of this like sword-like energy, and how we wield our sword, which we've spoken a lot about that on this channel last, like, I don't know, maybe a couple of years. The sword being a symbol of communication, of truth, of the mind, or even alignment. Buddy. Or even alignment. But again, it's this warrior energy of like, how do you use your sword? How do you use your mind? How do you use your words? How do you even take action in that way of like severing or creating, forging, etc.? Again, all the use around the sword. Bubs. So we have the symbology of the sword. We have the symbology of sovereignty, which we also have been going through already in recent weeks. And we have the symbolism of the heart, all culminating into one. The mind and the heart. And they're actually bringing up the body. So it's funny, right? Because it's like, anyway, they said don't get sidetracked. I'm trying. I'm trying really hard not to get sidetracked. So there's this beautiful alignment of not just like symbologies, but also astrological energies to kind of bring into this like wholeness within masculine energy, hence exalted masculine. It is a choice though. So with this and also these celestial bodies emphasizing the rise or planting or seeding of the matriarchy, these energies are culminating together. This kind of came through a little bit in the Aloha Friday Live in terms of like unions and things like that coming about or coming online is almost what I want to say. But in terms of how we may be experiencing this energy collectively, even individually, it always starts at the individual. It always starts at the individual. This is about masculine energy exalted with matriarchal energy. It's energy. It's not just about men, women. It's not just about that. Clyde. Hold on. Okay. I made sure he was good with his food. I can tell he wants me to do something with his food, but I want to stay focused on this. So we're going to conclude the overview, and then I'm gonna go check on him, and we'll come back. But in terms of these energies, it starts at the individual. So I really want to be clear here, and I really, really want to have this land that I understand there's been a lot of programming in terms of how we look at masculine energy, feminine energy, patriarchy, matriarchy. I really want to encourage you to like break those programmings. I want to encourage you to like break those labels. Hold on, I'm so sorry. Bubby, Bubby, come here. Okay. Okay. Clyde, he so is. So I want to encourage you to break your programming about it, because again, I'm not talking about man, woman. And yes, this can touch on the global infrastructure of things, but I'm speaking about the individual, okay? So when we say the exalted masculine is rising within the individual, it's this sense of like, it is that confidence, that belief, that integrity that comes about. And even in terms of exalted masculine, it's also a sense of precision, right? Precision in the way that we act, precision in the way that we I know. In the way that we take action, in the way we communicate, in the way we plan, everything's intentional. But masculine energy works in the external, right? Masculine energy, when it's working really well, is very focused. I love him so much. Is very focused and very precise in how they act, and also very aware in how we sustain, right? To do things in ways that are in alignment with timing, okay, as well. That's also very masculine. I'm just giving you some examples of how this may coincide with you within yourself and your own life, okay? Now, as far as like how this may come about externally, I think it's going to take some time. There's also another reason I want to emphasize this. This is this is just starting. This is just seeding. This is just I know. I know. You just can't help it. You just can't help it. It totally took me off track. Sorry. Bums. Okay. Let's come back. Let's come back. Let's come back. If I can focus. Okay, now you're done again? Okay. 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 Coming back. Lord Clyde totally took me out of it. The collective. Thank you. That's where we were. So keep in mind, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Now, in terms of what we're going to see unfold on the global stage, that may take time to catch up. And I did also want to talk about this past weekend, and I was trying to save it for a podcast episode. I may still do this podcast episode, even though I've already spoken about it today. But it's no coincidence that we also had, at least here in the States, No Kings protests, right? Coinciding with Father's Day. It's like when I tuned into it, even when I was in the thick of it, I felt like I was like watching it energetically. Clyde. Clyde, you are not gonna fit there. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, all right. You know what? Okay, I will. All right, let's go. Okay, I have to. I have to go take care of him. I will be back to resume this conversation. If anyone comes in late or after the fact while I'm gone, please let them know. I'll be right back. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Buddy, go. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. He had food. He did, just like always. And I heated it up, and then I went to go deal with it, and he came right back in here. Anyway, hopefully we don't get any more interruptions. Let's come back to this main message here about the exalted masculine, okay? It's no coincidence these energies are happening while we also just came out of this weekend, and again, I'm speaking to here in the States, of No Kings protests coinciding with Father's Day. When I was in this energy, I was actually like out and about, which I'm not normally. I do a lot of, I'm home a lot. Honestly, I'm home a lot, or I'm like out in nature a lot. I'm not really like out in the public, so to speak. So I'm like in this energy, and I'm just observing, I'm just sensing, I'm just feeling, even observing like energies that were kind of like coming into my awareness the day before and even yesterday on actual Father's Day. It created, there was like, I don't know, what's the best word? Vortex? There was like a vortex of this like transmuting energy that was going on in terms of masculine energy. But this is as an expression on the global stage, right? Again, this could have also been happening for you individually. Like coming into like Friday, maybe even like late Thursday, some people could have been experiencing like suddenly being in a lower vibe or thinking about things they haven't thought about in a long time. People coming back into your awareness, being confronted is something that I'm hearing right now. Two of Swords is coming up. They're showing me the Two of Swords, being confronted with, yeah, these distorted masculine sort of energies within ourselves and obviously going on around us too. But this is what I'm getting at. The way energy works, it's not just about what you see. It's not just about between you and other people, which obviously it's part of that too. Everything is energy. And so when we have these like big shifts going on, we feel that personally, we experience it personally, and we do see it on a global stage. And so I just want to bring it back home here. This weekend, there was absolutely a transmuting of distorted patriarchal masculine energies so that the exalted masculine almost had space to rise. This is much more like the pure spiritual metaphysical way of things. But from an astrological point of view, it was the opening for this week's energy, for this Mars Virgo Regulus energy to support the rising of the celestial bodies in these matriarchal positions, right? Jupiter in Cancer, Vesta in Scorpio, Haumea in Scorpio, and alongside Betelgeuse and what Betelgeuse is also doing with the sun, no less. So just to say that. So however you want to utilize that energy for yourself is totally up to you. However you're experiencing that energy is completely unique and individual. But I will say, again, it's the individual. It is about the self. And will this ripple out into reality in terms of relationships? Yes. Will this ripple out in terms of the global stage? Yes. But everything will unfold in its own timing. And especially when we're speaking about collective global changes, everything is contingent upon what the individual does within the collective. This is a huge theme we've all been made aware of in the last however many years. It's still a theme now, and we'll get into that as well. But everything is a domino effect, right? Where everyone is making conscious or unconscious decisions, even at any given point of the day, at any given moment, and any decision we make personally affects everything around us, including people in our life, whether we realize it or not. So as far as like certain things unfolding when we're speaking to more of this like rise of matriarchy, who knows when we're going to see the full unfoldment of that. But this is the week where it does begin energetically in the individual, okay? However that's coming about for you. So I was just really excited to share that. We will get deeper into that in a little bit. But the last theme about this week is this continued embodiment of remembrance, which has been beautiful and amazing and yummy and gooey. Whether you've been experiencing that as more of a homecoming of self, or you've been experiencing it more of like a reclaiming or recall of what is aligned to you in your essence or in your truth, or even in your heart resonance, whether you've been experiencing that more cosmically, right? Like past life remembrance, or even like remembrance between you and people in your life. Like, oh shit, like I see you. Like, oh, I see you, you see me. Even some collaborations may come about with that as well. But this is not new energy. We've been in this. But when it started, this remembrance energy, it was more of like, it was really more in the mind. And now it's a full opening to fully embody if you want to embody that for yourself. Again, these are all choices at our disposal. Everyone's going to choose whatever they want to choose. Okay? So yeah, those are the themes for this week. And actually, you know what? I do kind of want to get into the astrology because it is really fascinating, actually. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Sorry for all the cat interference. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna label these sections, I think. I've been waiting for people to resonate with nurturing since the 70s. Oh, I can't even imagine like what it must have been like to like witness like the summer of love and all of that, like given where we're at now and everything that happened in between. Yeah, interesting. Okay, let's get into the astrology. Um, the continued embodiment of remembrance. This is that minor grand trine between Pluto and Aquarius, Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries, and Uranus and Taurus conjunct Sedna in Gemini. So all of them have been in a minor grand trine for a hot minute, while Pluto is still squaring off Vesta and Haumea in Scorpio. So again, I've already kind of spoken on this, and since we've been talking about it for a long time, I'm not going to like beat a dead horse here. But Saturn is still assisting us with disillusioning Neptune, almost grounding Neptune, which has been helping a lot of us, right? Shedding and liberating illusions and fantasies that are like really not actually aligned to us or what's not really for us, leaving us with this like tray of cups, of hopes, of dreams, wishes, yearnings, opportunities, relationships that really are for us. And it's just up to us how we play with that, how we experiment with that. But as we embrace these cups that are left, they create opportunities for remembrance, right? The more we engage with what is still with us in this way, I want to say really that calls and pulls on us as well. The more we engage with that, Uranus with Sedna is basically like awakening things, awakening remembrance. Again, however that's coming up for you. And through playing and experimenting and engaging, thank you. Really getting, I'm just hearing, that's why I was doing that. Really getting out of your comfort zone as well as part of this. Breaking your own rules, breaking your routines, breaking the rigidity even is a part of this. Sedna and Uranus will help you to really recall and see what is aligned to your essence, even with things that you haven't even entertained or thought of until now, all through play and experimentation. Invention, creation is part of this, collaboration is part of this. Now, I will say Sedna is still working with a fixed star called Alcyone. Alcyone is part of the Pleiades cluster in the Taurus constellation. And a lot of you may resonate with Pleiades energy or origins or narratives. Apply as you will. But with Pleiades working with Sedna, it's really more about revealing hidden things as something that Pleiades helps us with. But revealing things through Sedna, Gemini, which is the primordial pool of origins, really is what Sedna is, which is kind of amazing. But in that sign of Gemini, which is also knowing and information and communication and friendships. So again, it's more of just this like recall of what has been dormant, recall and reclaiming and aligning to what has not been available before. And maybe, you know, if we're talking like past life stuff, what hasn't been available for, oh Lord, thousands of years, consciously speaking, historically speaking. This also touches on like anthropology and reclaiming ancient wisdom and knowledge and things of that nature. And of course, like, you know, Lemuria and all that stuff also applies here. Now, Pluto, in relation to this, has also been shifting and changing collective way of being and thinking and how we relate to each other as a collective, as a community, even again on the global stage. Technology is part of this too. And information sharing is part of this too. How we learn is part of this too. All of that has been starting to go under a bit of a revamp, an overhaul, and it's just gonna. We're just at the beginning of this, right? So it's like Pluto being in Aquarius is going to be around for like 20 years. Thank you. And by the way, if you're new, every time I say that, it's just because my team's talking to me. Pluto is also digging up our star stuff out of ourselves, okay? Revealing our star stuff, our true essence. Again, all of this in the realm of remembrance and homecoming. And also with Aries working off of Aquarius in this minor grand trine, there is that, again, the power of the individual, the action of the individual on a collective, on the whole, okay? Briefly, I will mention here that Pluto being in Aquarius, squaring off Vesta and Haumea, we've had this for, like, I feel like I needed to breathe when I said that. We've had this for a while. We've had this for a bit, okay? But I feel like with all of this like exalted masculine and matriarchy seeding / maybe even blooming a little bit, I see you. I feel like I'm really feeling another layer to it this week. Just like literally feeling into it energetically, where Vesta and Haumea is this combination of matriarchy, Mother Earth, even sacred birth, even just like nature and environmentalism, like being coupled with purpose. buddy. Oh, I am such a mom. Hey, can you settle here? 1 second, guys. Clyde, do you want to settle over here? No? You want to be just right up on me, don't you? Okay, but I need my notes if you're going to do that. All right, so he's just going to settle right on the table. We'll see how we do cards. We'll see. But yeah, coupled with purpose, right? In the sign of Scorpio as well, which is about transformation and death and rebirth. Talk about even just being exalted, right? With that Phoenix scorpionic energy. Pluto squaring this brings out the outrage, brings out the shadow of, shadow and consequences of the suppressed matriarchy and matriarchal energy within all of us. Also, the fact that we have been seeing so many more people just like being so done, I think is also just a good indication too of like people really seeing what really matters, right? People finally waking up to what really matters, which is also an energy that is prevalent through Venus and Mercury, which we will get to. But that is that first little section. Now, again, we've been in this for a long time. If you want to look at it in your chart, you absolutely can. I would keep your eyes on Aries no matter what, just because of all the squaring between Cancer and Aries this week. But I would say 0 to 5 degrees. Aries and Aquarius is where I would keep my eyes on that. Okay. But let's move into the next. Wait, where's my notebook? Buddy, are you on my notebook? Hold on. Cats are so funny. I need my notebook. Thank you. All right. Let's get into this exalted masculine energy here. Where are we time-wise? Oh, perfect. 33. Yeah, that's special. Okay. Let's talk about the fixed stars first, and then we'll dive into the aspects. So I kind of touched on it very quickly, but I want to give you a little bit more. So the sun is moving from Gemini to Cancer this week. And through that transit, it will be working with Betelgeuse. Now the exact day, wait, let me see here. Is that Thursday? Thursdays it's like Thursdays when the energy is going to peak. It's already working with it, but Thursdays when the energy is going to peak. Betelgeuse. So Betelgeuse sits in the Orion constellation. It actually sits on the right shoulder of Orion. And in my opinion, the literature actually negates this. I don't ascribe to that, but Bellatrix to me is the counterpart to Betelgeuse. She sits on the left shoulder. She's not important here, just giving you a little information. But Betelgeuse is a very, very bright star. It's actually the second brightest in Orion, if I'm not mistaken. Sitting on the right shoulder holds the sword for Orion, for the hunter. It does have a Martian Jupiterian nature and is associated with like accolades and honors, but also war and carnage, which I think is very interesting. Wait a minute, where did that go? Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, no, that was with Regulus. Okay, I was remembering something and I'm like, I think that was Regulus, not Betelgeuse. It was Regulus. Anyway, let's stay focused on Betelgeuse. So Betelgeuse highlighting war, carnage, but also accolades and honors, right? Now, Betelgeuse, again, as being associated with the sword of Orion. Again, this mastery of your sword, this mastery of your own precision, this mastery of your own warrior energy, your own masculine energy, regardless of gender, we all have this, right? And just to reiterate, the sword also represents the mind, thoughts, communication. Have you mastered your thoughts? Have you mastered your mind? Are you, Clyde, you okay? He's getting all squirmy. He's just laying there, but he keeps like popping up. What am I gonna do with you? Huh? am I gonna do with you? Is it because we're talking about like matriarchal energy? You're just letting me in a baby? Anyway, sorry, coming back. Have you moved into a mastery of self? Have you moved into a mastery of your own mind, of your own thoughts, of how you intentionally communicate, how you formulate plans, your sense of strategy? Very emperor-like. Again, this is more the warrior archetype, okay? And the sun working with Betelgeuse in the beginning of the week is actually sextile Chiron with Eris and trine Pallas in Aquarius, which I think is really interesting because it's also creating a minor grand trine. There's a lot of minor grand trines this week. And through Betelgeuse, I know, Betty, I know. And through Betelgeuse, and especially the beginning of the week, it's this reflection and recall of our life experience, of what has made us uniquely us, the gifts from our soul scars, as we've also talked quite a bit about, being able to get into that space within ourselves, what we know about ourselves, what we have overcome personally, and through that, having this discernment with, they keep saying with precision of how we decide to rise in our own warrior energy, how we decide to speak up, how we decide to look at things that are really to our benefit. And sometimes that may come with recognizing there's a need for me to look at this from a bigger perspective, or recognizing there's a need for me to shift how I'm thinking about this, right? It's a personal maturity and accountability in terms of what you believe and what you decide to entertain and how you decide to, plan and execute those plans, essentially, okay? Now, they said talk about Regulus. So Mars goes into Virgo tomorrow and is already really working with Regulus. Regulus is a star that a lot of people are aware of. And if you're not, Regulus is a archangel star associated with Archangel Raphael. There's 4 archangel stars. They each coincide with the equinoxes and the solstices. Historically, they still do. Everything's been a little tweaked since this, came into existence thousands of years ago as a concept. But Regulus, Archangel Raphael. Regulus sits in the heart of the lion. Regulus is also known as the prince or the king or little king, or again, heart of the lion. Regulus has a lot to do with militant energy, leadership energy, but specifically from the heart. So it has that theme again of like sovereignty, but also can you actually lead with the heart of a lion? Can you lead with compassion and courage and generosity and even love? Can you do that? And what does that look like? This is also beautifully woven into the collective from the week that we also had, where we were talking a lot about this lion-hearted energy that was being associated with Mars in Leo, amongst other things, right? So that's what Regulus is. What's interesting is that Regulus also being in, I'm gonna back up. Mars being in Virgo, working with Regulus, according to the literature, usually marks periods of time of revolution. Just gonna let that sit. Of revolution, of overthrowing heads of states. Now, given all that's going on, I think it's an interesting alignment. Draw from it what you will, okay? But that's very interesting, to say the least, that is like been recorded through historical astrological events, that's what Mars working with Regulus does, while we also have this Sun Betelgeuse energy. So we have the king rising and showing up and coming home to meet the matriarchy. We have the warrior rising and coming home to meet the matriarchy. And it just, I'll be honest, I know it sounds grandiose, but it's how it's feeling. It feels like what so many of us have been waiting for a long time. And it's exciting. It's exciting. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, some other aspects around this, okay? Mars, Jupiter, and Haumea Vesta are also in their own minor grand trine. This is part of that masculine rising to meet the matriarchy. Now, again, I want to emphasize, just a reminder, this is happening on the individual level, along with relationships and along with what's going on collectively. Okay, so there's three like big layers there, and again, also why I think we've been seeing unions coming up in the readings. This would totally do that. Okay, this would totally do that. Especially for unions where there's like a very, very strong sense of purpose and intention, which I think is also interesting. But Jupiter in Cancer, I mean, that is this matriarchy energy, right? Um, Now, the other thing that's interesting about this is that Mars is actually square Uranus. So I was like, ooh. Ooh. And as we kind of recalled, I know, buddy, I know. He's like, you're not petting me. I'm like, I'm focused. I'm focused. I'm focused. He literally looked at me like, what the F, mom? uh Mars, sorry, now I'm like petting him and trying to think. Mars square I know, I see you. Mars square Uranus. Okay. Can be pretty combative. It doesn't have to be though. And it's like when I feel into it and I look into it, it feels like there's an awareness there through the Sedna component that Uranus is kind of like bringing up. That's in terms of remembrance, right? All the things we talked about in terms of remembrance. And then that squaring off with Mars, it's almost like this feeling or this moment of like, feeling that intensity to act on remembrance. But again, mastery here, right? Mastery of how you're wielding your sword. How are you acting in your sovereignty? How are you acting from the heart? These are really big here. We also have Jupiter and Cancer still square Saturn and Neptune. While Saturn's doing a great job at grounding Neptune, the squaring to Jupiter, already with Saturn and Aries, but especially squaring to Jupiter, is this awareness of temperance, right? And that's also a mastery of exalted masculine energy. It's a mastery of timing. It's a mastery of strategy. It's a mastery of, can you read the flow and can you see and discern with precision, again, precision on what to do and when to act and all these things, right? So I guess just to say, be grounded in this as this arises for you or is occurring around you. Most people I would think are not going to be grounded in this. I'll be very honest. I think a lot of people are not going to be. And I think it could be really easy for people to act out of distorted masculine energy because they're just feeling this intensity of just like unbridled truth through soul remembrance and all the remembrance we're talking about, but also because we have so much heart energy right now. So we have the heart saying stuff. We have our own awareness and mind and consciousness becoming very aware of stuff. And it's all truth. It's all truth. And some people are going to swallow this easier. Some people are going to feel very overwhelmed by it. So I would also encourage everybody to just get very grounded with all of this. And if someone comes at you in that crazy blah kind of way, just do what you deal with it. Just, deal with it in the best way you can, with your sovereignty intact, with your heart intact, and also being a master of your sword. Okay. Anything else I want to mention here? By the end of the week, here's what's really cool. By the end of the week, the sun will be working specifically with Jupiter. So the sun's going to go from this warrior Beetlejuice energy, move into Cancer, and actually join this matriarchal energy, which is very cool. So again, it's also this kind of emphasizing this exalted masculine literally meeting, I hear you, spirit, unionizing with the matriarchy, which is just very cool, and will be part of the minor grand trine of Mars, Haumea Vesta, and Jupiter. That's powerful shit. That's powerful shit. Okay. Powerful shit. So I just keep wanting to say that over and over. This is a huge pivot point in the energy. This is a huge pivot point in the collective. And I just can't shake it. I feel it on such a cellular level. Like, this is truly a moment a lot of us, at least in my community, have been waiting for. Now, another little note here. Mars and Virgo working with Jupiter and Cancer, especially once the sun hits Jupiter and Cancer, there's just this overwhelming knowing of what your heart resonates with and what truly matters, okay? Especially in terms of emotional stability. Oh, interesting. Whoa, hold on, I'm getting a download. Oh, that made me emotional. Okay. So we've been speaking a lot about Aquarius too, Pluto being an Aquarius specifically, and how the collective is shifting and changing, and it is a time to kind of come together, and it's a time to shift how we relate to each other. And what Spirit just told me is just like, it's making my heart swell. Um, a little background first. Cancer is the fourth house. Cancer is the original IC point, right? It's the original root. It's the original womb. It's the original sacred container and sacred space for life, because that is the portal, that is the container from which life moves forth, the matriarchy. Oh, there's so much coming up here. So as the sun joins Jupiter in Cancer, there's this overwhelming knowing and truth of that. That true thriving of humanity starts with Cancer. We experience it together, right, through this Aquarian energy that we're learning to connect with each other through. We connect with each other through everything, but Aquarius really emphasizes the tapestry of the collective and collective consciousness. But we are all birthed through Cancer. We are all birthed through that space, that sacred container, that sacred womb space. And for true harmony to take place, we must be harmonized at the root. We must be harmonized through Cancer. The sun working with Jupiter in Cancer is part of that. Root work may be a thing for some of us here, including literally like our lower bodies. I'm gonna say lower bodies. They include the solar, sacral, and root and earth star in that. And that just makes so much sense. It's like, well, like what just came through about Cancer and Aquarius, that just makes so much sense. The truth of how we are all truly connected at the root. At the root, through the mother, through matriarchy, through the womb. We must harmonize there. We must stabilize there. We must stabilize at the root. And harmony will be a domino effect. Aquarius is just how we experience it through the mind and through consciousness. And in practice, thank you, in practice, in evolved practice. But it starts at Cancer. It starts with the mother. Interesting. I'm just like, I want to sit with that. Like, just really, really want to sit with that. Ooh, buddy. I think he just woke himself up or something. Ooh, I know. I mean, even when when we think about numerology, right? Like, go ahead. Even when we think about numerology, right? Like, when we think about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 is that stable container. 4 is how we maintain. But that's what mother energy is. That's what wombs are. That's what safety is. It's this experience of being held and contained at the most basic state of being. Sorry, I got cat hair all over my face now. Hold on. Clyde didn't want you to have your notebook, so you got the channel message. I'm like holding my notes so close to my face because he's taking up so much space. I feel like that's everything for this little section. Yeah, I feel like that's everything for this little, I know it was a little section, it was a big section. Now, as far as where all this is going down in our charts, again, early degrees, 0 to 5 degrees. Oh, buddy, I know. That was a big channeling. I'm just like, almost want to like like, ugh. It's just a lot of energy in my body. 0 to 5 degrees, I would say Virgo and Cancer is what I pay attention to the most. Aries is a good one to pay attention to as well, just given everything that's going on. So yeah, 0 to 5 degrees, Virgo, Cancer, Aries. Keep in mind too, when Mars is in Virgo, it creates a lot of ease with getting shit together, getting shit together, cleaning house, all of that stuff. And really rising to the occasion to get things in place if that's an energy that you're looking forward to. Okay. All right, let's get into this last little one here. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. It's getting toasty. Okay. Okay, sorry. This speaks more to the heart resonance that we've also been talking about. Um, mm, mm, I can feel the like, I don't like the word crunchiness for this, but it's the only word I have. I can feel the crunchiness with this. This is all around Venus and Mercury, okay? This heart, before I get into it, this heart resonance energy, what I'm about to say with Venus and Mercury, just keep in mind, your heart never lies. Your heart never lies. No matter what you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're like, no, I must do this, or no, I really want this, your heart never lies. I feel like through Venus and Mercury this week, just with the aspects it's creating, there may be some moments of really needing to, sorry guys, hold on, there's some people outside. I just don't know if they're coming to my house or not. Oh, maybe they're just crossing the street. Okay, sorry, distracted. There may be some moments of needing to make some decisions that allow you to honor your heart resonance, to act on your heart resonance. But some of these choices may be difficult, either because of programming circumstances, even karmic circumstances. So that being said, let's get into it. Now, Venus. Venus from the beginning of the week is going from an opposition to Lilith in Scorpio to an opposition to Juno in Scorpio and trine Orcus. When I tuned into that, I mean, Lilith and Scorpio, Juno and Scorpio, that's a lot of like passionate, sensual heat, right? Even Venus and Taurus, right? It's like Venus is home in Taurus, and it is a very enhanced pleasure oriented energy. But with all that being said, yeah, what I was getting was to balance comfort, pleasure, desire, intense passion, and relationships while you are cleaning house, and to bring into perspective what you really value. What you really value, what you really want to prioritize. I said this recently. I think I said it in the patron reading. I was just kind of seeing things through the second house in a new way for myself, where the second house, Taurus, so much cat hair. The second house with Taurus represents the house of value. That's like literally what the term is for the second house. We ascribe value to money, which is why it also represents money, probably will for a very long time. But it's also about personal values, personal ethics. It's also why the Hierophant is associated with Taurus, right? Not to mention comfort and pleasure and aesthetics and all that other stuff. But value, what is value, right? Like, and even when we're choosing value, we're choosing what we prioritize. And when we decide, I want to prioritize this, it really is a reflection of what your baseline is. It's a reflection of your energy. It's a reflection of where you're at in your relationship with yourself and your essence, whether that's aligned or not. And so even just kind of looking at it in that big picture way, what are you choosing to align to? What are you choosing to abide by? And what are you choosing to honor? And these energies that I'm speaking on will make it very clear if you have been prioritizing, valuing, worshiping. I just heard worshiping. Ooh. Thank you. Our priorities are also an expression of what we worship. Ooh. I'm just sitting with that. I'm just sitting with that. So if your number one priority is money, you worship money. If your number one priority is love, you worship love. Anyway, I've been in this mode all week. Um, Coming back. So there is this recognition of what you've been prioritizing, valuing, worshiping in juxtaposition or comparison to your heart resonance, and your heart's going to tell you everything you need to know if you are in aligned with it or not. And this is that moment of like, yes, there's a lot of like yearnings and soul stirrings and what have you going on here, and also this desire for just pleasure and comfort, even ease, which I think ease is something we all have a right to. But again, is it aligned with you? Is it not aligned with you? Only you can answer that. Now, I know you are just so much. If you guys could see him, my God, he's being such a ham right now. I know, I know. Mercury, let's talk about Mercury. So Mercury is in Cancer for the entirety of this week and is starting with a trine to Juno and a sextile to Orcus. And then by the end of the week, it's trine to the North Node in Pisces and square Chiron. When I saw that, I was like, oh, it's like, okay. Very briefly in the very beginning of this week, very briefly, Venus is sextile Mercury, but it's like, it's already passed as we're recording this. So just to kind of throw that out there, that's why I'm not really accounting for it here. I'm just letting you know that it was a thing. But even the way Mercury is moving through this, something that I was feeling was the sense of justice and balance. Through heartfelt concerns and forgiveness. Again, it's this honoring of heart resonance, whether you decide to honor that or not. These are just windows of opportunity. By the end of the week, with the way it's working with the trine to the North Node and square to Chiron, there is this window to be able to move on and to let go of anything that's really not aligned to your heart resonance. And again, very specific wording there, heart resonance. I wrote watch unresolved. Oh, that's can't read my own handwriting. It's like what is that chicken scratch say? Watch unresolved resentments. Okay, this is that square to Chiron. Hey, Divine Rose. Hey. Mercury being in Cancer, it's this Mercury's encouraging us to again speak from our heart, right? While Jupiter's like feel your heart, and the Sun's like, yeah, do it, act and identify with your heart. The square to Chiron, that brings up the ego, that brings up the hurt, right? Specifically with unresolved things. If you've been working on your shit, you're probably fine. It probably won't affect you, but maybe other people around you it will, okay? But it's going to be that question of like, are you going to honor your heart resonance or your ego? Identity, even image is part of this too, a little bit with Aries being there and Chiron with Eris. Sometimes it takes a lot of strength to act from that vulnerable place or choose to choose vulnerability, to choose emotional honesty, to choose love. Sometimes it is hard in this kind of world that we live in, but that's what all this Cancerian energy this week is basically asking us, including Regulus. It's basically asking, when it comes down to it, are you actually going to choose your heart or not? Are you going to choose your spirit or not? Are you going to choose love or not? Are you going to choose the golden frequency or not? And it's a choice. And it's a choice. Now, the trine to the North Node is really beautiful here because North Node in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces basically prepared us for this North Node Pisces cycle of, can you embrace faith? Can you embrace letting go? Can you embrace closing things out? Can you embrace even the unknown in a way? And it will help to let go. It will help to heal. It will help to move on. It will help to forgive. It will also help to shed, again, anything that you are choosing, prioritizing that is not aligned to your heart resonance. It's a beautiful energy. I mean, this whole week is like I said, it's monumental. It's a monumental week, and I definitely don't say that lightly. 144 on the likes and 333 people in here. Just saying. Yeah, so as far as like where this cluster may affect you, I would definitely keep your eyes on Cancer. Just the whole house of Cancer. Just keep your eyes on it, okay? But also keep your eyes on, well, I don't know, Scorpio's kind of big here. There's a lot. Oh my God, I just realized how much is going on in Scorpio. Lilith, Juno, Haumea, Vesta, there's a lot in Scorpio. but Taurus is important here too. I would prioritize Cancer just to make it easy, just to keep it simple. But if you want to get more into it for my astrology peeps here, Scorpio and Taurus, and for the degree range, I would say 10 to 20 degrees. Okay. Okay. That's all the astrology. That's what's going down. Big week. Big week. I'm gonna take a minute with you guys. I'm gonna chill here and be with you. But just to like give myself a minute before I dive into anything anything else. I don't know if you heard his little like noises. He's in baby mode right now. So I still may do a podcast episode on some of the stuff I spoke on here. Because to be honest, I felt like it's important to talk about here, but I don't know. There were some other things I wanted to look into. So I may still regurgitate some of this on the next podcast episode. Bubby, I don't think it's a good flow to clip out and just have it be its own separate video, just because we had a lot of interruptions from the Clydester. Yeah, so just kind of sharing that. I've been having amazing experiences in life lately with Earth and self. Oh, love hearing that. Crazy energy at my house right now too. Yeah, the energy's been wild. Oh my god. It's been so wild. I wish I could share the personal stuff with you guys, but I cannot. It's been that wild. I really can't. You definitely should. Your voice specifically is particularly good to convey some things to me. Connecting to Earth, grounding to ancient world. He's such a cutie little munchkin. He really is. He really is. He's something special. I was like, I don't know. I guess I was thinking about him a lot today. Yeah, I'm talking about you. He's just been such a blessing in my life. I know you guys know that. I say it all the time. But even when other people meet him, they can see it. You know what I mean? They just can see like, oh, he's like not a normal cat. And it's like, no, he's the best. But he really is. But buddy, if I'm gonna like pull cards and stuff, you can't be up here. He's so cuddled up right now. It's not even funny. Perhaps, wait, interruptions are also part of the energy. I will say with Jupiter squaring Saturn, while I feel like a lot of it is very like, how do I want to say, oriented to that like temperance energy, regardless of whatever signs Jupiter and Saturn are in, when they are in a square, it can create some of that where Jupiter wants to expand in some way and like wants your attention. Saturn's like, no. Saturn's like, not all the time, not like this. This needs your attention over here. Like it pulls you away from Jupiter a little bit by restricting Jupiter. So it can manifest that way, especially if you have those signs like in houses that kind of represent like being like involved in your kind of daily life or task oriented houses. I can't get over him today. He literally just like climbed on top of the decks and he just threw himself all over my decks. I think he just doesn't want me to pull cards. I think that's what's going on. I think he just wants a cuddle session right now. I think it's all a Cancer energy. We're all one from a singular source consciousness. Absolutely. Aho. Another's lack. I can't see because of the glare. Lack of wellness and variability affects you too. So when you support your healing, it's for all. Yes, absolutely. I'm in a complete purge energy, body clutter and toxic people. Let's see. We simply adore the Clydester. I know, and I feel so blessed that like you guys love him so much. But I think that's just the kind of people we are over here. Maybe he wants to keep you channeling instead of cards. Maybe. Ooh. Feeling into that. Actually, yeah, let me feel into him. Maybe he's trying to tell me something. I um I'm feeling pulled to crystals today, actually. It's just like sitting here with him after reading that. I do feel pulled to crystals, but I didn't want to do groups today. I was actually kind of excited to like get into the elements. I'm gonna come back to this later. My crown is pounding. Yes, okay. See ya. Have a good night. Have a good week. Um, I like cards though. I really really do. Um, hold on, hold on. Ooh, I know what we're gonna do. Hold on. Ooh, I'm excited. Hold on a second. Wait, 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 wait. Wait, hold on. Right, and that's air. Um, mm, mm-hmm. Okay. Spirit, but eh. Okay. I'm gonna do elements. Sorry, it was like I was feeling shit and I had to write it out to make sense of it. I'm gonna do elements. I'm gonna do elements, but we're gonna talk a little bit in the beginning of each element about potentially how to interpret some of these messages or how to take some of these messages, okay? I would say I have a cat, but it's more like a cat has me. That's how it feels with Clyde too, I swear. Clyde says pull the cards. He is so much right now. Um yay! I can see that. And I am gonna pull crystals out too. So with my one arm, give me a second. Uh, okay. Yeah, okay. I'll put you over there. Okay, we've got that. Where's my others? He literally has trapped my arm under him and my decks. Ooh, we doing the angels too. We definitely doing the angels here. Okay. We'll do the archetypes too. That should be good. That should be good. And I know some of you guys really like the dice, so I'm gonna pull those out before I forget. I may also pull the curtain. It's pretty hot in here. Let me see if these are the right ones. And if you're coming after the fact, all this is timestamped. You should be able to see that it's timestamped. Okay. Yeah, we'll do dice at the end of each too. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. All right, I think we're good. I think I am going to close the curtain. It's like really blinding, which means I have to get up. He's like literally, look at him. He's like dead waiting me. Okay, come here, baby. Okay. I know. Woo. All right. Woo. So much better. Wish I had remembered to do that sooner. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna do elements. Are we going up or down? Wait, are we going up or down? Go down. Okay, we're gonna go down. Okay, so we're gonna do air first. I'm excited. Okay, so getting into air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you are wanting to utilize these readings in a different way, because we're tuning into elements, yes, they are related to the zodiac signs, but getting into the element of air, we are going to be getting into the the state of our heart-mind connection. Okay, that's how I'm going to say that. The state of our heart-mind connection. So your thoughts, your beliefs, how that relates to your heart space or doesn't, depending on if there's a disconnect that you have there between your heart and your mind. So keep in mind what I'm about to get into here may be very internal for you, may even bring up some emotions for you, or relate to some emotions you may be having. Again, very internal, but also could be explicitly like conversations that you may be having, okay? So yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and start with animals for air. Okay. Wow. I got toasty. Air. Messages or insights for air. Messages or insights for air. Messages or insights for air. So I just got a few interesting little symbols here. They brought up the sword, which I'm not too surprised. We'll see if it comes out with the pocket archetype, but they also gave me wolf, which I'm kind of surprised to see in that space. I would expect to see the wolf in like the sacral, like, you know what I mean? Like the lower body, but we're in the upper body right now. And also Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, okay? Again, take it as you will. But yeah, the wolf, the sword, the wolf, the moon is coming through quite a bit. So it's kind of giving me the vibe of definitely cutting through some illusions, right? And thank you. Trying to intellectualize emotions. It's a tricky business doing that. Oh, I'm liking these already. The wolf came out with camel and dragon. Solar plexus energy, masculine energy as well. The wolf can be a medicine of working through like lower body stuff, distortion, shadows. But the wolf is also about taking on your rightful role within a group or a community. It is also a card that speaks to turning knowledge into wisdom, specifically through life experience or through your own personal experience. Camel is a tempered, resilient energy. I feel like, okay, thank you. This does feel like there's a rising awareness and confidence here of what to do next, is what I'm getting. Yeah, we even have Beaver at the bottom, which is consistent work and effort. Very Virgo, very Taurus. Yeah, there's a rising awareness of what to do next. It's interesting because I don't feel the heart in there. It feels very intellectualized to me, which isn't bad. It just is. It just is. Dragon can also be seeing through the veils of the ego. Okay. Also the camel with a little bit of that moon energy kind of showing itself. Yeah, it's giving me this vibe of like, I fit here. I belong here. This is the right way, is also what I'm hearing. Yeah, even with Beaver on the bottom. This is the right way. This is the right way. This is the right position. Now, if you're air signs and watching this, I am getting a lot of Hierophant energy on here. And we're going to pull cards, but I am almost getting this flavor of like, are you settling? Maybe that's a question you have. Maybe that's what you're trying to also see the truth of. Are you settling? Are you not settling? Are you playing it too safe? Because the other part of this energy too of the heart resonance, the sovereignty, the mastery of the sword, also comes with taking some risk, especially in terms of that heart resonance, right? Of recognizing what your heart is screaming at you, telling you that is aligned to you. And do you have the confidence and the courage to be vulnerable enough to honor that truth and that knowing and act on it? I feel like there's a lot of potential for that here for you guys. But I can also feel a little... He's back. Hi, Bubs. I can also feel a little bit of hold on a second. Hold on. I can just feel that little twinge of like settling, not settling, settling, not settling, playing it safe, not playing it safe. Especially the Hierophant, right? That Hierophant energy, it's like there's a little bit of like this is the right way. So I don't know, it's feeling kind of interesting / funky. Let's go ahead and pull from the pocket archetypes. Okay. Any other messages or insights for air? Yeah. Yeah. The desert. Crunchy, crunchy. Very uncomfortable energy. The desert comes out when we are in a space that feels extreme or harsh or very uncomfortable. It is a space where we can really gain a lot of truth. We see the sun and the moon kind of showing there. Buddy, oh my God. Hi, hi, what is it? What is it? Can you settle? Do I need to get your calming spray? He's like destroying shit every time he hops up on here. Clyde. I know. I can't cuddle right now though. I can't. I'm sorry. Sorry guys. Okay. The desert. Some of you could feel like you have been going through a little bit of a very difficult cycle or time where things have just been not easy for you. But again, it's like I'm feeling a little bit more of like the mental space. I'm getting kind of like 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords energy. Like something in the mind is just like, oh, I've heard grasping. Some of you may be like, this is kind of what I was getting. Like intellectualizing too much. Hold on. Interesting. The Clyde must have knocked this out of the deck whatever time he climbed up over here. He's doing a balancing act right now. But it just caught my eye. So that's really interesting. This may, be resonant for you. Scorpion is a card that comes out when we are affected by things we haven't released, essentially. More so in the realm of like emotional, but when we are holding on to something that we're having a difficult time letting go of. Okay, so I'm just like, I just saw that it was kind of there on the side, but grasping, I'm getting that with the desert card for you, like almost trying to like, intellectualize too much. This is also what I'm getting at. It's like, I don't feel a lot of heart energy going on here, but honing in on air is about that connection to that, the balance of the mind and the heart. And I feel like this is kind of indicating a bit of a struggle with that alignment and almost too much of a reliance on like, this makes sense, that makes sense, this is the right way, right? And on the bottom, we do have Father, masculine energy. Yeah. Any other messages or insights for air? Ooh. Okay. So we do have the heart coming up here. And I think there's also a Scorpion because of Clyde. It was also like kind of pseudo part of your reading here. We have Orphan and Siren. I feel like that's the heart showing up. Siren is not always how we think it is. Siren is a pulling, a calling, a beckoning to some deeper realms, whether it's watery, usually it's watery, or just to the subconscious and the psyche. And what's sitting there is Orphan. I feel like this is some unresolved stuff here, air signs, that instead of grasping for what makes sense, for what makes sense as the right thing, the logical thing, I'm hearing black and white. Those colors may be significant for you. I feel like that came up in the Aloha Friday too. Your heart is like, hey, come down. Your heart is like, hey, come in here. There's something here. There's something here that's not being tuned into, accounted for. That I think this week you're about to, with all this Cancer energy. Some of you, this is definitely tied to self-worth just because we do have solar plexus going on here as well. But yeah, it's definitely like a go deeper. Again, Father is still here. Some of you could have some abandonment, rejection issues. I keep getting more like self-worth. Can I have a 4th card, please, for air? Now, a reminder, this is for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it's also if you are trying to explore your heart-mind connection. Like this could represent what's going on in like the mental space, essentially. Ooh, we got the Queen. Hold on. What are you doing? No. 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 Oh no, you're getting down. You're getting down. No. We don't do that. We don't do that. He was fucking with my notebooks. No. I've never seen him do that before. No. Anyway, sorry. We have the Queen. Feminine energy, maternal energy, matriarchal energy showing up here. I don't think that's any coincidence. Is the father still here? Oh, yeah, now we have the eternal child. Yeah, so air signs or anyone watching this reading for other reasons. Yeah, it seems pretty clear to me that it's like it's time to come down. It's time to get into the heart. It's time to confront some unresolved things. With the child, the father, the queen, and the orphan, it's clear that that it's about some unresolved energies within those dynamics, right? Whether it's parent-child dynamics, sense of safety, emotional safety, security, self-worth and confidence, empowerment, believing in yourself. A sense of safety it seems to be big here, ringing through here. No. He's never been like this in a life. He's never been like this. It's like, I'm kind of shocked. Hold on a second. Let's see. Not me in the store crying. Oh, Susie. Ow. Okay, buddy. Hey. What is happening? What is going on? He's like not even looking at me. We are not messing with that. Hold on, I'm just trying to adjust things. Put that over there. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's focus. Let's get back into it. I'm gonna save the angel cards for the end, actually, when we do the dice. Clyde wants you to check the notes now, I guess. It's a different notebook. He was literally like tearing the pages. Like, what are you doing? My notebooks are sacred to me because I write a lot of different notes and shit. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into some tarot cards. If I can find my tarot cards. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. It's the energy. He can't help himself, overstimulated like me earlier. Yeah, it's the energy. Because like I'm telling you, before this, he was chill. He was cool. He was like cool as a cucumber. Actually, we're going to do energy oracle. We're going to do that. Okay. Any messages or insights for air? Any messages or insights for air? By the way, all the decks that I use are linked below for your convenience. Ooh. So we have blossoming abundance and community. This may be a facilitator, is what I'm hearing. A facilitator to confronting these unresolved feelings. Okay. This does feel like an invitation. That's a word that's come up a lot in this weekly today already. This feels like an invitation to other people, other relationships. And again, Wolf does speak on this. But right, when we are confronted with things like that, when we have unresolved issues around abandonment in relationships, they're going to come up. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. I feel like air signs, or if you're just watching this reading, there's an opportunity, I want to say on your table, is how that wants to be said. There's an opportunity on your table to engage in a certain relationship or relationships. And it looks very promising, but I feel like it's also causing some sort of confrontation of some unresolved feelings here in terms of abandonment, rejection, self-worth. I feel like it actually, these relationships or relationship may require flexibility is kind of what I'm getting, to be kind of malleable. And maybe there's something about that that's rubbing you the wrong way or triggering you. Oh, I got woman holding a heart and door to spirit. Yeah, this is really promising. This is really promising, whatever this is. And again, some of you, it's just one connection. Others of you, it could be multiple. Yeah, thank you. It's what can bloom from healthy relationships or a healthy relationship. I mean, this is a romantic energy, and that community card is acting as like a 3 of Cups. Like, what can be born of this connection? What can be born of the, I'm actually hearing union, which is interesting. Door to spirit is an Ace of Wands energy as well. I just keep getting this is very promising, but actually looking at it, actually like embracing it, yeah, it's clearly triggering. For those of you where, well, actually, whether it's a group or a person, there could be one energy that really sticks out as this woman holding a heart, like someone who, well, is very heart-centered. Yeah, it's like giving me that queen energy. Is very heart-centered, and it could be very triggering to you. I would say, especially if there's any unresolved, like mama stuff. It's a collective infliction, you know? Any other messages or insights for air? I want to pull like maybe 2 more cards, and then we'll get into tarot. But yeah, this looks beautiful. Again, very promising. Oh, woman holding a coin. Like I said, for some of you, this is about like many people, not just one. So now we have 2 character cards. Woman holding a heart, woman holding a coin. So take it as you will. Again, this could represent one person, many people, 2 people. You could even be one of these. You could be both of these. Basically, woman holding a heart is someone who is heart-centered, prioritizes relationships, and is very empathetic and very compassionate, maybe even psychic. Woman holding a coin is someone who is very materially oriented. Doesn't have to be someone who's greedy or materialistic. It's somebody who prioritizes their physical material stability, right? So they care about their work, they care about their money, they care about their home probably. Like it's honestly giving me like hearth and home energy, even both of these together. So again, take it as it resonates, whether this is all of you, or it's one person, or it's 2 people, or many people. And these are just 2 that are prominent in the situation. Okay. Can I get, oh, that was quick. Oh, we have a journey. Yeah, again, with door to spirit on the bottom. This is an invitation. And look what's at the top. Man holding a, I gotta see. Yeah, with indecision. There it is. Again, this is the top of the deck. With contract. I love it. And the 3rd eye with Archangel Metatron. I'm like, does it keep going? No, it pretty much stops there. Yeah, so I feel like this is just confirming that air signs, or if you're just watching this reading because of the, you're just curious, I'm like, whatever. Anyway, I don't want to lose the message. Yeah, this just seems very clear to me. It's like, do I embrace this or do I not embrace this? Is this right? Is this not right? Am I settling? Am I not settling? With man holding a coin, indecision, and contract, with 2 feminine energies here, there could be a decision between 2 people. Take it as you will. Or 2 opportunities, but let's get the tarot out here. But again, this could also represent one person. You know your situation. If you're debating between different opportunities or people, your heart knows. Your heart knows. Again, heart resonance. Mm, yeah, I'm hearing deserving. That makes sense with like the value, right? Self-worth. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what? I'm coming back to this queen energy too. What are you worthy of? What are you worthy of? Yeah, if you're deciding between different opportunities or people, you may be tempted to make a choice because it's the safe choice, but maybe you're really deserving of more than the safe choice. And your heart knows it. Yeah, your heart knows it. Ooh, air signs. I feel like I just like really touched into that. Some of you are like intellectualizing this so much because you are like trying to play something safe. Some of you are. When really the riskier choice is actually the one your heart wants the most because it's actually more, it's you're deserving of it. That queen energy, that regal energy, that sovereign energy. Oh, it's making me emotional. Okay. Blossoming abundance. Who wants to play safe all the time anyway? How boring. Just trying to be funny. Okay, blossoming abundance. Can I get a card for blossoming abundance for air? Knight of Cups. This, I'm getting that wolf energy here with the Knight of Cups of like the rising. Again, exalted masculine rising and just relating it to the collective energy here. This is that choosing from the heart. Will you choose from the heart or will you not choose from the heart? We do have Queen of Pentacles at the bottom, which is aligned to the woman holding a coin as well. But let's continue. Can I get a card for community? Not surprised, Nine of Swords. That's exactly what I was kind of channeling for you already. Like, what's the right thing? Get into the heart. The heart will tell you. The heart will tell you the truth of what the right thing is. We also have the Fool peeking out. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, look at that. Fool and the Seven of Cups with making decisions with the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, with the Three of Swords right behind it. So again, some of you, some of y'all got some interesting choices here. Whether it's one person, many people, many opportunities, or just one opportunity, you want to make the right decision for yourself. I can see it, you do, but you are like not, you're just, the only way that this is going to feel right for you is if you get very real with what that is. Okay? If you really look at that. Because if you look at this, if you confront this energy in your heart, you will hear your heart way more clearly over what your brain and your ego and your nervous system is telling you. This tells me that you are anxious and you're scared and you're overwhelmed and you're confused. But you're not confused. You're just really listening to your head, not your heart. You know what you want. Your heart knows what you want. Talking about woman holding a coin. Oh, I did almost call her a woman holding a coin. So again, some of you, this could be one person and it's just like, do I engage in this or not? Take it as it resonates. So you guys are deciding between people. Talking about woman holding a heart. And keep in mind, this can be reversed since we got a lot of people out here. Wow, that just says it all, doesn't it? Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment, that's my wish. Eight of Wands. And then we have Strength. It's going to be interesting pulling for a woman holding a coin. So, again, the heart knows. The heart knows, the heart knows, the heart knows. If these are two different energies or opportunities for you, I would say the woman holding a heart is probably what you are actually wanting a lot more. It seems very clear. Wish fulfillment, expansion, growth. Strength coming out here, it's giving me that feeling of like holding back actually. Strength can also be confidence and courage, but I actually feel a little bit of that holding back. Let's look at woman holding a coin. Again, some of these are the same person. So I got one holding a coin. Interesting. King of Cups. Oh. He's coming to his little spot. Tell me about woman holding a coin. Three of Cups. I want a third. No, that's too many. A third card for woman holding a coin. There's the sword. Ace of Swords with the Queen of Swords. It's interesting stuff here. Okay, let's put this down and go into it. First of all, Susie, thank you. Very cute, thank you. So Susie, not Susie. Air. If this is the same person, it's pretty undeniable the heart resonance here, okay? King of Cups, Three of Cups, Nine of Cups, that's a whole lot of feel goods in the heart space, not to mention expansion. And also Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords, this is truth. This is knowing, this is truth, this is knowing, this is truth. I actually want to say solidifying your heart-mind connection and letting the truth actually land, okay? I do see that if this is the same person. If these are two different people, oh Lord. You got a hard decision. I pray for most of you this is one person, because if it is, it's just like clean cut and clear. You either are in or you're out, but it's very clear your heart is in. But if these are two different people, I almost feel like there's a stronger established connection with this person. Yeah, like more time investment has been put into that, or is like, yeah, I almost feel like that would be someone you actually know already, and it's just about like deepening with them or expanding with them. This feels a little bit more in that realm of like, ooh, I'd like that, I'd want that, but there's been resistance here. Again, this doesn't have to be romantic. I know we got a lot of cups going on here, but love comes in all forms. The heart wants in many forms. So yeah, if these are two different people, it feels like a choice between what you've known, which is kind of what we got already, what you've known versus what could be that you've never explored. Your heart is kind of in both. So then again, rely on your heart-mind connection, discernment of the truth. But if they're the same person, this is an easy decision, okay? Let's look at journey. Where did I just put the, okay. Tell me about journey for air. Tell me about journey for air. We got the Ace of Wands out here, which is awesome. Ooh. Ooh. We're going to pull more cards. This got really interesting. So for journey, we have Ace of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Six of Swords. Journey comes out to represent the path we're walking, right? Literally the steps we're taking on our path that creates our experience. This is saying that there's how do I want to say this? There's kind of a yearning. It's a little bit of a yearning and a pull to move a certain direction. Tell me about the Six of Swords. It feels kind of secret for some reason. Tell me about the Six of Swords. Maybe this is going to come up in the fire reading. I feel like it probably will. Tell me about the Six of Swords. Where's the Six of Swords headed? Ooh, the Devil at the bottom. Oh, beautiful. Temperance with the Page of Pentacles and Devil on the bottom. Whoa, with the Knight of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, okay. I see this. It looks like no matter what decision you're making here, embracing this, not embracing this, choosing between various options or various people, heart resonance is what's going to help you along with this discernment, right? Balancing your heart and your mind to make these decisions. Basically being in your heart with the lens of intellect, right? But what's coming over here, it's like, God, this is interesting. It's like Making the choice that offers the most balance. Making the choice that offers the most balance is what I'm getting with that. Especially with the devil on the bottom here, with the Knight of Wands, the Six of Pentacles. Wow, and the Two of Cups. I feel like that's all circulating around the Ace of Wands. This like yearning, it's really intense. This is really intense. Like if there are any romantics involved in this, you're probably taking a lot of cold showers. Just to put it lightly. Just to put it lightly. So it looks like in true air fashion, you're going to go with what offers the most balance and karmic justice for everyone involved, including yourself. That's what that looks like, whatever that means to you. Even if that just means with temperance, right? Like maybe even not being super impulsive about this decision, but actually like, you know what? Does this even need to be made now? Can I allow for some time to play out before I need to make this decision? What can I do in the meantime to get more clear on this? Or what can I do in the meantime to just make sure things are like karmically okay? Like these are the kind of things that I'm getting with this. I'm hearing soft offer. Some of you may approach these people, relationships, opportunities almost with like a counter is what I'm getting. But I feel like this is like such an air sign thing. I feel like it's almost strategy. Like you're aware of like what's available to you. You're aware of what you want. You're aware. But again, what's right, what's ethical, what's safe, or what's too risky. So instead, you may actually take control of the situation through the Page of Pentacles by being like, I'm going to offer something. I'm going to say something. I'm going to extend something and like see how people respond or see how someone responds. Yeah, you're taking control in that way, which I think is actually very smart. It's very air oriented. Okay. All right, let's roll some dice. Quiet's all calm now. I love it. Woo! Okay. Dice for air. I feel like I'm looking at karma right now. We have the second house, the house of value, which we did speak about before. We have Capricorn, Saturn, devil, karmic energy, and Pluto. More karmic energy. Okay. Okay. So first of all, some of you could be Sag risings. Sag, Cap rising, Taurus is prominent here. Yes. Yeah, I'm getting Sag, Cap, Scorpio, Taurus are prominent signs or just energies that I'm feeling around you. Not to mention karmic energies like Saturn and Pluto. I would pay attention to your eighth house. I pay attention to your eighth house. It's giving me eighth house. I mean, Pluto's on the table here, but even the second house, right, shares that axis with the eighth house. And I just like, I don't know why I'm feeling this like careful balance of like karmic energy. Even with this, the way you're taking control of the Page of Pentacles, be very careful there. The reason I say that is because it was very clear that there's unresolved feelings or emotions of your own stuff. That is very clear. And that has been making all of this more difficult for you. So the reason I say be careful, temperance is here, so I think you're probably fine. But the reason I say careful is because while you're approaching this in a way that makes you more comfortable, are you actually going to look at this? Right? Are you actually going to look at that? Or are you just going to take control of the situation and almost like get people to follow you through manipulation? That's kind of how that's kind of the flavor I'm getting a little bit. It doesn't have to land that way. But just seeing the dice and just like the energy I'm feeling, like this hasn't gone away. Not from what I can see. It's like most of the cards that have come out here, I'm like, okay, you're facing a decision. Some of you many decisions. But this is what's making it hard for you. But I actually don't see you acknowledging this in your cards. I see you evaluating what's in front of you and taking control. Versus let me deal with my stuff and then act accordingly. So be careful there. Just saying, be careful there. Yeah, that feels like a careful karmic balance there. Yeah, this Pluto energy is sucking me in. If any of you, like these people are like romantic, you may be offering friendship instead. It's the safe choice. That's, that's safe. Oh, again, I keep getting this weird crunchy, like karmic-y feel, like a little bit of a dense sleep. Yeah, that I'm getting like that kind of energy. Right? Because like, okay, let me put another context. We've all been there, right, with dating or whatever, where it's like there's vibes and someone goes, let's be friends. But really they don't actually want to be friends. They just can't cope. Right? They just can't cope with what's happening. If that's what's happening, don't do that. That's not fair. That's just like not fair. I mean, do what you gotta do. Your life is your life. I'm not your keeper, you know? I just feel like there's not a confrontation of self. It's more like, let me control this so I don't keep freaking out instead of doing the thing that will stop you from freaking out. Yeah, be careful with that. Be careful with that. Yeah. Yeah, because Page of Pentacles is my friendship card. It's my ally card. I've had that done to me, so that's really not a good thing. Yeah, I'm like, nah. And again, there's a lot of people on this table, so these could be reversed energies. And again, it could be between two people or three or more than. So yeah. Yeah, like Pluto is like screaming at me on this dice. Ugh. Some of you could even be Cap risings. Like Pluto could be going through your second house right now. Pluto, what are you trying to, what do you want to say? Pluto wants to say something. I can feel it. Pluto, what do you want to say? Ooh, I did just hear, what are your true colors? And yeah, oh, Spirit, I see you. What are your true colors? Yeah, if any of you are taking this route of like, I'll just counter with the offer, I'll take control by getting into the Page of Pentacles energy. Again, are you doing that to control and to not face your own self? If you're doing it that way, you're showing your true colors, right? Coming back to thank you. Coming back to value, what we were talking about before with the understanding of value. What you prioritize is what you worship. And if you prioritize control, well, those are your true colors. Versus the heart. Oh, it just glitched out on me. So what colors do you really want to display in this situation? Do you want to display the colors of control, manipulation, and hiding from yourself? Or do you want to show the colors of your heart and authenticity and integrity? Mm. Mm. Yeah, let's get an angel card. This was an interesting reading. Can I get an angel card for air, please? So this is a deck that I'm still learning and working with, so I will most likely read from the book. It's honestly more fun anyway sometimes. Ooh, the cherubim. And on the bottom we have the realm of power's righteous boundaries. Let that sit with you for whatever wants to come up with that for yourself. Okay, the cherubim. Some of these words I struggle with, so bear with me. The world in Tarot, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. The cherubim are majestic beings, first known as the vigilant guardians of the entrance to the Garden of Eden, bearing flaming swords to protect the sacred tree of life. They will appear as a unique combination of 4 creatures, each with 6 expansive wings and myriad eyes, symbolizing a, oh Lord, panopticon? interesting word, panopticon of their all-seeing nature. Their 4 faces represent key aspects of the zodiac's fixed signs. Lion, Leo, represents courageous assertion of divine will and the mastery of self. It's a big energy right now in the way we've already talked about, especially through Regulus. The ox, Taurus, signifies steadfast endurance and the grounding of spiritual truths in the material world. The human face, Aquarius, reflects the intellect's capacity for receiving higher knowledge. And eagle, Scorpio, embodies transformation and the cycles of death and rebirth, symbolizing the continual process of spiritual regeneration. In the celestial hierarchy, the cherubim are one of the highest ranks among the angelic beings. They are granted the ability to be close to the throne of the Almighty, where they occupy a place of honor, basking in inconceivable brilliance that shines forth like the precious stones jasper and carnelian, and encircled by an emerald flare. In front of this throne lies a vast crystal clear surface, like a sea of tessellated glass, reflecting the entirety of creation and every iteration of time, symbolic of the cherubim's deep insight into the nature of infinity. Something just went through me as I said infinity. Beyond their symbolic representations, the cherubim are biblically acknowledged as the guardians of the Ark of the Covenant. I just got a download about your reading. Sorry, like mid-description. With these dice, second house, Capricorn, and Pluto, this unresolved stuff may bring up temptation to choose money and power and ambition and success over the heart. Take that for what you will. Okay, where was I? Yeah, money felt big there for some of you. Their depiction atop the ark may not mirror the tetramorph image, yet their role as protectors is a testament to their divine purpose, embodying the sacred guardianship and covenant between the divine and humankind. To draw the realm of the cherubim is to receive a direct transmission into the higher elements of your being. The grounded earth, the insightful air, the transformative fire, and the intuitive water. It is an invitation to integrate these elemental patterns within yourself, to find empowerment in the convergence, and to maintain faith in all of time's tessellations. With this card comes the recognition of the cherubim's magic, unrelenting conviction, indescribable beauty, and the transcendental vision granted to those who seek to know the divine face, not by gazing directly into its flames, but by appreciating the metaphorical light it imparts. Honestly, again, this represents the world card in tarot, but I feel like that's really emphasizing the gift of what's in front of you right now with this, coming back to what we had over here. And that's what I was feeling when these cards first came out. Like you have something on your table, maybe many somethings, that does feel like a gift. It has a lot of beauty in it. It has a lot of prosperity in it, and also just a lot of like, I'm getting the heart, like nourishment of the heart. Like this feels really, really positive. But like how positive this is, there may be a lot of light in some of these relationships or relationship, if it's one. And again, that light, it's agitating your unresolved stuff. So I do feel like, again, this is an invitation to rise and match this with the same light and integrity of your heart space by acknowledging that and dealing with that and acting accordingly, versus trying to control this so that you can be safe and more safe or more comfortable, versus being completely transparent and honest. Cherubim. Okay, let's move on to another element. And again, some of you are on the flip side of that. Okay. So just clearing the board. Yeah, the energy's really calmed down, which is good. Hold on a second. Okay, who's next? Oh, that's right, we're going down. We're gonna go with fire next. Okay, so fire could be from my fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. Fire also represents the solar plexus and also mana, the energy of spirit. So everything that we're about to go into, again, could be for fire signs or relating to the fire energy around the astrology, like Aries and Leo predominantly. Or it could be relating to where you're at in terms of your own chi, your own fire, your own mana, your own physical energy, even your relationship to your own sense of spirit. Okay. Yes, let's get started with animals. Okay. Just wanted to get refocused there. Fire. Messages or insights for my fire. For fire. Yeah, they're already showing me Ace of Wands. Not surprising. We're literally holding it on fire, right? Ace of Wands, for me as a reader, has quickly become a card of purpose. Feeling that spark of your sacred flame, whether it's passion and heat or purpose or even physical energy. I'm getting a restless energy too. I'm getting this in a lot of different ways. Restless. Some of you almost have too much fire and it's creating anxiety. Yeah, that's very clear. Some of you have too much fire or you've been building too much fire. Something's been fanning the flames of fire for you and it's creating anxiety. You need to like calm it down. Bring it down, have an outlet, whatever. Some of you, that's definitely part of it. Others of you are running from your fire, your own fire. I'm sure there's a third group where you're doing just fine. But let's see. Any messages or insights for fire? Ooh, it's interesting. We have no fire cards out here. We have air and water and earth. We literally have everyone but you. I'm still gonna get another card just to see, but we'll get into it. Dragonfly, whale, and deer. Wow. Just having these cards out here, like whale and dragonfly specifically, there's a whole lot of seeing going on. Okay. Ooh, interesting. It's interesting doing the readings this way because I'm not just focusing on the fire signs. I'm focusing on like the fire element and like what that embodies within us. It's really interesting how things are like coming through. I'm getting an instinct is what I'm hearing. Instinct. Some of you are learning to feel in your, I'm hearing somatic. Some of you are learning to feel in your body and relying on your instinct. Yeah, I'm relying on your instinct for the truth, how it feels in your body. That makes sense. But dragonfly usually comes out when we are opening in terms of our beliefs or what we're able to see, like literally intuitively or with our mind's eye. But whale and deer, man, both of those are very feminine energies. One is more the divine feminine principle as deer. Whale to me is more of an elder, ancient ones, ancestral energy. Also gives me that big deep void of the Sedna energy as well. Actually, thank you. This is kind of screaming like Uranus working with Sedna, but it's tuning into that matriarchal energy. It's a surrender even. Some of you are actually getting a glimpse of that, but I keep getting it's like physical. Yeah, I keep getting it's physical or it's like it's literally like instinctual. This is like really, really interesting. It's like it's stirring energy in my body quite a bit. I want to come back to deer though. I still want to pull a third card for you, but you know what? I'm just gonna put deer on the tape. Oh, spirit, you're funny. Elk. So we have divine feminine and divine masculine principles here. When we are focusing on fire, the solar plexus, which is more masculine oriented, And like I said, this is the week where the exalted masculine rises to the matriarchy. Here we have these two forces together. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay. I feel like I'm just seeing the collective energy, especially from this weekend here. We have vulture and shark behind elk. Vulture is death magic. Shark is fierce. Shark is like the feeling of impending doom and being put into a corner. The transmuting of distorted energies, the transmutation is not a word, the transmuting of fear through the masculine energy, while this feminine energy is just like here, right? So it's allowing the masculine energy to rise in the way we talked about in the overview. And if you like you're triggered by those words, I get it. I encourage you to watch the overview. There's a more thorough understanding of how to interpret those energies for yourself, okay? And then we have the voice coming through here after that, being able to speak, being able to share truth, come together in truth. Now I don't want to separate the deer and the elk. That felt very much like they need to be together. Interesting. Before I pull a third card, I want to still touch in on this because the way I'm feeling this is like very interesting. It's almost like, yeah, it's like seeing or having an awareness of truth, but it's through instinct, it's through the lower body, it's through the solar plexus. And again, it may even be just through, like, again, somatic is coming through of how it feels in the body, is what some of you guys are moving into. But I do feel this like beautiful, expansive, feminine energy that's part of it. It actually feels soothing. So for some of you who have like too much fire going on, thank you, or even if you're running from your own fire, and when I say that, it's like it's running from your own light, actually. It's like running from your own instincts, your own urges, your own mana. It's running from yourself. Either way, the soothing, almost watery feminine energy is helping to offer balance and clarity, is what's coming through here. Again, this feels very internal. This feels very internal. This could be between you and another person. Let me get water for a second. But it feels internal. Like if you allow yourself to kind of lean into that Cancerian energy, you're going to find balance that way. Can I get a third card for fire? Well, there's that restless energy I was getting with you. Too much fire or you're running away from your fire. The fire ant. This is my Five of Wands card. But look at the third card, the third eye. That's exactly what it's like. Yeah, seeing, right? Seeing. Wow. Wow. Unicorn, again, representing the ajna, the third eye. I also see unicorn as telepathy, believing the impossible is possible, seeing what you haven't seen before. And it seems very clear that it's all through the surrender into like watery, feminine, soothing energies within yourself or with your relationships. Okay. Yeah, look at that. That's where you've been at, fire signs. That's where you've been at, like agitated, like what, like too much fire, or like you haven't been able to sit in your fire. And I really want to say for most of you, there's just been too much. And I want to say there's been anxiety tied to that. Yeah, even with the bear around it, it's like some of you could be trying to ground a lot too. The bear likes to hold. The bear likes to hold and create safe space. I feel like a lot of you are definitely moving into a stronger awareness. Some of you stronger intuition, but I keep hearing instincts, like very primal is what it keeps coming up as, even though the cards are even indicating like more of the upper chakras, right? More of the intuitive mind's eye kind of way of seeing or knowing, but I keep getting something about the body. It's more about the body and instincts here. Interesting. Let's pull from the archetype deck. Look at that. We have thread. So this is an interesting card because this is a card that speaks of the pulling that we feel in our souls and our bodies, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, this way. Oh, like, you know what I mean? How we are connected to ourself, how we're connected to spirit, how we're connected to our path. You can even say destiny or dharma, right? With the red thread being there. The way you experience this is changing. That's what it keeps coming down to. The way you experience the pulling of this thread, the connection of this thread is opening, actually. It's becoming, you're becoming more aware of it. You're becoming more clear of it in these different ways we've already spoken about. Ooh. Apocalypsis. Apocalypsis is a clearing. It's reminding me of the vulture card that came out. They're very much one and the same. That restless energy too, I was getting with you guys, that like too much heat, too much fire, or just like, again, feeling really, really restless. Some of you, that may actually be happening because of the discomfort of also all this Jupiter expanding Cancer, squaring off with fire, squaring off with Saturn and Neptune and Aries. And remember, they're not the only ones doing that this week, right? Jupiter squaring Saturn with Neptune, that is peaking on the quarter moon in Pisces. On the summer solstice, the sun moving into Cancer and squaring off the moon in Aries. And we also have, by the end of the week, Mercury in Cancer squaring off Chiron in Aries. So we have a lot of this like squaring of water and fire going on here. But if you really lean into it, ooh, if you allow that, I really want to say it's letting the water in for you. If you allow that, I feel like the Apocalypsis card is actually the disillusionment of Saturn for you. And again, we're hitting on fire here, right? Making that thread more clear, making that connection to self, spirit, and what is for you, what's in alignment with you, even destiny, dharma, very clear. But it is a surrender. And also a transmuting of distorted energies. Yeah, wow. The shaman. Some of you guys could be having crazy dreams around this time. I just got hit really hard with that kind of energy, and we do have unicorn out here too. Again, telepathy is kind of strong for some of you. But the shaman card comes out when we are traversing the realms, or we're going through something very spiritual that we can't really explain in the physical, right? Some of y'all are definitely in the realms in this energy, but your dreams are telling you stuff. I feel like these two actually want to be together with shaman and apocalypsis. It's almost like when you're, take this as you will, someone needs this confirmation. Your dreams have been showing you a lot, and maybe it's been overwhelming you, but also what's happening in the dream is, interesting, maybe it's just one dream. I want to say dreams. What's been happening in the dreams, whoever this is for, what's really happening is, the awareness and the pull of the red tether, the red thread is very obvious. It's very loud. And so as it's pulling on you, it's dismantling everything that's not around it. Like your dreams may have like weird, how do I say this? I'm getting a few things. This is not going to resonate for everybody, but just to give confirmation for those where that could be a benefit. Some of you may be having dreams about like weird rooms, like weird themed rooms. You also may be having specific people showing up very prominently, very loudly for a very specific reason, like a family member, a friend, a coworker, a love interest, whatever. The more prominent a person is, the more it's like it's your red thread screaming at you, because it's all about whatever's most prominent in your dreams is your red thread, is your dharma, is your destiny. They're saying North Node, maybe something about your North Node, and everything that's kind of like elusive or weird or shape-shifty or it's like inconsistent is dissolving. I'm hearing the mirror's been dissolved. Ooh, 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 yum. The mirror's been dissolved. Yeah, that screams illusions are dissolving. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay, let's pull from the energy oracle for fire here. Some of you are also going through a little bit of like peaks and valleys with your energy. Especially when, okay, thank you. When there's more activity in dream time for you or the realms, because this could be happening when you're awake too. Oh my God. Sorry. Whoever also needs this confirmation. Some of you are doing stuff in the realms when you're awake. Some of you, this is a new experience. Some of y'all been at this for a while. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting mostly telepathy and like clairaudience stuff. But that could also be doing things to your physical energy, like bouts of just like insane energy, again, that restless energy, and then bouts of insane drain. Anyway, just confirmation. Okay. Energy oracle, please, for fire. Energy oracle. Sorry. Fire. Messages or insights for fire. Oranges are coming up. Oranges may help to stabilize you in some way. Oranges are very sacral to me. Like, you know, creativity. They're about creativity. I mean, that would be a good outlet if you are having like a trouble regulating your energy or fire, especially like channel that into something else. Creativity is a big one. Ooh, okay. So we have the third eye chakra coming out here with man holding a coin. So I believe he made an appearance in the last reading too for air. Why was that so hard to say? Anyway, so I'm looking at my little timestamps. I'm like, no, it was air. Suddenly that feels strange. So you may relate to all of the messages and all of these elements, especially with the way we're gearing the intentions around looking at elements. It's not just about the signs today, okay? But that third eye energy, there it is, very prominent. This is that seeing and that knowing here. And it's coming from a space, and I do believe this is you, take it as it resonates, of trying to be very grounded, like really, really trying to be very grounded. And maybe you're also contemplating, show me 10 of Pentacles. Ooh. Some of you could be contemplating your legacy and your future, just long-term stuff, and what you want part of your life long-term. That's just what 10 of Pentacles means to me. But I feel like you're trying to stay very grounded in the practical, in the rational. Thank you. Oh, that might relate to the air reading too. In what's tangible, what you can put your hands on. Again, I'm getting a little bit of what makes sense, but your intuition / instincts are telling you everything you need to know. We do also have caring connections at the bottom. Like I mentioned, you may be having dreams or a dream. If there are people that are prominent in your dream, it's for a reason. They are part of your red thread, okay? And if they're kind of weird or elusive or not, then they're not. Okay. Some of you may be wondering, maybe even overthinking about intrusion, like psychic intrusion. That's interesting. I mean, you do have the third eye here, but I feel like that's your energy. Like you are open in that way. Some of you guys are thinking about it or contemplating about it. Again, I want to say overthinking it. I'm not going to say that's not happening because everyone's situation is different, but I like the way that Spirit's saying it to me. It's like there's something about it, like maybe you're paying too close attention. Oh, thank you, Spirit. They brought it home. They brought it home. So we keep talking about dream time and like telepathy and things like that. Oh God, yeah, this is requiring discernment. Some of you do need to be discerning right now about this kind of psychic intrusion. Everything I said before still stands. So what I mean by this is if there are energies that you have closed the door on, or there are energies that you know drain the shit out of you, right? Or people that have like really done you dirty and wrong, just because they may pop in really quickly doesn't mean they are the prominent people that are part of your red thread, okay? Because you do also have apocalypsis. You have the vulture card, which means you are transmuting. You're in the process of letting go and moving into new energies, right? And when we're in that process, we're in that liminal space. Remember, I did the podcast episode on this. Oh, it'll drop tomorrow here on YouTube, but it's already on Patreon. Anyway, I spoke about this recently in the podcast episode about what it's like to be in liminal space, which means being in the in-between. Being in between, version A and version B, which is where you're at right now, right? So when we're in those void spaces, we're in the in-between, we're between gates, if you will, we're in the middle of transforming, etc. It is a time that we require a lot more discernment because we are not fully solidified in the new energies. We're still in transition, right? That hasn't grown roots yet. This is where we can experience things like spiritual tests. I say spiritual tests because they're not really spiritual tests. I spoke about it in the podcast episode. It just feels that way. It's perceived that way. So if you have a strong sense of self and you're very grounded, and you're really like in your center, in your container of self, right? When these kind of old energies are floating around in the sphere around you, you should be able to discern that that's what that is versus what is beckoning you forward, right? Is it pulling you back or is it beckoning you forward? I think that's another way to look at that too. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think some of you guys are experiencing that a little bit. But also keep in mind, if you have closed the door or cut some cords, threads, whatever, especially in terms of people, keep in mind that that energy takes a while to leave your field. So let's say you did a clearing of your energy. Let's say you got rid of a bunch of items from one person you don't want nothing to do with anymore. Has that been severed? Yes. Is the door closed? Yes. But residual energy takes time to leave. And sometimes that residual energy may show itself as a thought of a person or suddenly feeling their energy around for some reason, especially if there's a psychic connection there. You don't have to pay attention to it. Just observe it as energy leaving and you'll be fine. I'm glad we spoke on that. That needed to be spoken on. Okay, so just take some accountability there. Oh, we have financial constraints. We have happy family on the bottom. Okay. Interesting. They said, what were you just talking about? Yeah. I feel like this is the card representing the things that are trying to dissolve in your field, okay? That vulture energy, apocalypsis, and again, vulture was attached to elk, so it's more of that like old paradigm, old distorted masculine, blah, 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 all that shit. That made you feel crappy, that made you feel stuck, made you feel like shit. Maybe it's really draining to you and not inspiring at all. Maybe even you struggled energetically, financially. That's what this is. So again, it's just emphasizing seeing clearly, right? What is leaving your life in your field and what's really for you and beckoning you forward. I'm hearing through the door. Doors may be a thing in your dreams. Okay. And get a couple other cards. They said no, that's it. Okay. Happy family still at the bottom. Oh, fire, your future looks good. On the bottom, we have happy family with the world, which is about having an open mind, which you are having here, seeing more clearly what makes you happy and what offers you harmony and balance and peace through the right connections. There's the door. Through the door, there's the door. Caring connections and door to romance. Yeah, and walking away. Yeah, so some of you guys, this may be a difficult period if you are really in that liminal space and there's like old energies that are like, hey, whatever. Don't allow yourself to regress. Please don't. Please don't. It is not worth it. I think you know it's not worth it. You know it's not worth it. Don't go back. There's like, why? That's the definition of insanity. Don't go back to what made you feel like this. Even if it's familiar, it's safer. That came up in the air reading too. When you have so much more to look forward to and explore and experience, why would you? Why would you go back to what made you suffer, right? Okay. I know we're human though. We're complicated. Tarot. Let's get into the tarot here. We on water? Almost. We're still on fire. We're wrapping up fire now. Some of you, what is dissolving may not be a relationship. It may be a way of thinking. Okay? Keep that in mind as well. You're in temptation again. God, like the nuances here. They just said there's a difference between temptation and what your body knows is for you. The body coming up again. That's interesting. Some of you, especially if there's like a romantic or sexual energy that you're dealing with, maybe you're like debating like, oh, this is just lust, or I'm just like tempted or whatever. And that's the question. Are you, or is your body just telling you this is right? Discernment. Okay? Anyway, third eye. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that just made me queasy. So, that's making me very queasy. So with Archangel Metatron, the third eye, which again is how you're seeing here, what you're seeing, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. It's making me queasy, but it's also making my heart like swell. And it's making me a little sad. I mean, Five of Cups is Five of Cups, right? This Five of Cups energy is what's trying to be transmuted, is what's trying to be cleared out. It's that financial constraints energy. While this is emotional and this doesn't always speak to emotions, it still obviously has emotion tied to it for you. So are you willing to acknowledge, again, what needs to be cleared out, what needs to be released and let go? Remember, Mercury in Cancer is trine the North Node in Pisces by the end of the week, and also dealing with Chiron in a square in that Cancer square Aries energy. And that can totally speak to this of, do you have the courage and the bravery and the confidence to honor your heart resonance and what's best for you and let go and move on? It's making me so nauseous. Some of this may be in the realm of work or finances, but I actually feel like this is more about like seeing I can put work and investment into, I'm feeling so sick, into dealing with this, into releasing this. Oh, ooh. It's like a man holding a coin. I can't believe how nauseous that made me. Oh, man holding a coin. More pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This is the card of integrity. Devotion, commitment, showing up, doing things intentionally. It's Virgo. Tell me about man holding a coin with the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. King of Swords. So we have integrity, we have intention, we have doing things in a way that is ethical, that is up to standard, up to par, just what wants to be said here, with the King of Swords, with a lot of clarity and a lot of intellect, and I want to say maturity. So again, you're seeing this clearly of what you want to devote your energy to and what not to, and what needs to change in that realm too. Wow, yeah, with the Page of Wands and the Six of Cups. I feel like that's that red thread here. Now, Six of Cups, we know can relate to the past. It's Sun Scorpio energy, but the Six of Cups is not just about the past. It's also about the soul. It's a card of what makes the soul stir. Thank you. What does the soul remember? Oh, 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 oh. What does the soul remember? Oh, it's gonna make me cry. Duh. This is that remembrance, that heart resonance and soul resonance, that red thread. It's tugging on you to show you what is for you. And that's rooted in your remembrance. That's rooted in what is home to you. Oh, what is home to you? Where belonging is for some of you too. Oh, yeah, I'm hearing where home is where the heart is. Ooh, oh, oh, my heart. My heart is like really big right now. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Seeing that. Really truly seeing that as the man holding a coin, right? And to do that again, there's also recognition of what's not, right? Of what's not. And to let go of what's not so that you can just be home. You can be where you belong. You can be with people you belong with. Um, ugh. I will totally cry. I need to get out of that. Moving on. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Financial constraints. Let's look at that. I feel like that's going to be repetitive, but let's see. Tell me about, thank you. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Again, change, right? Change, vulture, death magic, apocalypsis, clearing out again. What is not for you? What drains you? What feels crappy? Tell me more about financial constraints. Four of Wands wanted to come out. Yeah, look at that. Four of Cups and the Emperor. It feels a little bit like a wake-up call too for some of you. A wake-up call back to your center, your seat, your authority, like how much control you actually have over your own life and what you choose, right? Yeah, I feel like it's a wake-up call, like no more hitting the snooze button, no more ignoring what your soul and heart remembers for you. No more ignoring that. Oh, I got chills on that. Okay. Dice and then an angel card. Oh, oh, my heart. Okay. Anyway. Oh, beautiful. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. South node. Still got a little bit of that nausea. Okay. So very interesting. We have this. I know it's hard to see these. We have the south node, the 11th house. I probably shouldn't have chose white, but whatever. White and gold, actually. Oh, that's jumping out. White and gold actually could be something for you as like signs or whatever. It'll land for who it lands for. Aries. I'm still coming off of that, like, home's where the heart is. This is like what your soul remembers. Anyway, sorry. Gemini. Some of you guys could be Gemini rising, Aries rising. Some of you could have South node, North node, Aries, Libra. Or Gemini Sag, that's coming through too. You could even be going through a North node return or reverse nodal return. I mean, obviously the nodes are really emphasized here. But yeah, the South node is more about what we have, what we already came here with that we don't need to keep embodying over and over and over, right? It's about things that we can let go of. It could even represent karma for some people in some situations, not always. But I look at the South node as, yeah, what we've come into this life with already kind of having in the bag as we learn our North node, as we embrace our North node. So this is about letting go for a lot of you. With Aries and the, oh, that nausea, man, is like back. Ugh. You guys got some major solar plexus energy going on. I mean, we are talking fire, which is the solar plexus, but oh, 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 I like want to eat some bread. Aries in the 11th house. Oh, there's like, oh, you know what? It's emotion. I think that's why there's so much nausea with your energy. There's a lot of emotion here that I think has not been expressed or confronted. Because I just heard it's not your responsibility with Aries in the 11th house. I feel like, and we are touching on fire here. I feel like there's just too much fire. There's too much embracing of air, to be honest, the Aries energy, but that's because Cancer square Aries right now. And that's mostly what it's about. I will say, oh, damn it, it just changed. It was 322 people and 223 likes. So mirroring numbers there, which breaks down to 7. 7 could be significant for you. That could be a life path number. It's just kind of what's coming through. 7, 711, 717. Anyway, let's come back. I feel like this group would be better off if they kind of moved off of their Aries energy just a little bit. Like there's this, I keep getting that message of like, it's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility. The things that you are holding on to, or the people or situations you're holding on to, it may make you feel, yeah, like you're obligated or responsible in some way. I'll be honest, some of you, there may even be a component of like you enjoy being needed, or you enjoy being the one people go to handle things. I'm getting that a little bit, but it's trapping. It's entrapment is what I'm getting as well. Or you can go where you belong. You can go where the heart wants. Oh, that's just so beautiful. Anyway, sorry, I'm trying really hard to focus here. Aquarius is coming through now. We do have the 11th house here, but Aquarius is starting to be very loud. Belonging, they're saying. Yeah, and so it's a repeated message, but through this energy of Aquarius, they're showing me like a round table. Who's at your table? Who belongs at your table? And who's overstayed their welcome? That's a repeated message, but they're like the round, maybe King Arthur's a thing for you, but like the round table. To me, it's like really mentioning like the matriarchy, but also that everyone's equal, right? We're all individuals, but we all make the whole. We're all individual pieces of the whole picture. And with that, we all have value. We all play a role. We're all significant. But yeah, this is giving me soul pod energy. Not everyone should be at your table. And it's not to say that you are judging anyone or that you're saying like these people don't hold value. It's a matter of like the right piece to the right puzzle, where they would be the right piece at another table, right? They would be another piece at another table. It's just recognition of that. Even just saying that felt very Aquarian. I'm like, where's the heart? Not to say aquas have hearts. They have beautiful hearts. It was just like, oh, that was so matter of fact. A little detached. Yeah. Interesting. Let's pull an angel card. Oh, I didn't realize how much time had passed. Didn't mean to keep you guys so long. I've just been in it with you today. Can I get an angel card for fire, please? Can I get an angel card for fire? I want to burp, but I can't. Oh, there it is. Okay. Can I get an angel card for fire? Ooh. Ooh. So on the bottom, I'm not going to read this one. I'm just going to show you. We have Carubia with alchemical embers. Kind of cool. It's coming up in a fire reading. But your card is Cassiel with sacred lamentation. Let's go ahead and look at and read that. And all those tears. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Cassiel. Saturn, Saturday, water, sadness, the hermetic principle of rhythm. Sacred lamentation. Cassiel, known as the Angel of Tears, is the silent watcher over the realms of solitude and contemplation. Their dominion extends into the depths of human sorrow, where the heart's most painful lamentations are both witnessed and cradled. This angel's presence is a testament to the strength found in solitude, the wisdom in silence, and the purification through sorrow. The tears they govern are not mere expressions of the impact of pain, but are revered as cleansing liquid crystal clear and potent, capable of eroding the facade of superficiality and revealing the gravity of grief. I'm hearing what would be the cost of not letting go? There's a price for that. There's a price for holding on. There's a price for not letting go. There's a price for not moving on. And what you are sacrificing is your red thread. What you're sacrificing is where you belong. Oh, someone needed to hear that. Okay. These heartfelt expressions shed from the eyes are rivers of clarity that flow into the soul. Leave behind the heart's indelible marks. In this hallowed stream, we discover the core of tenderness and the refinement of our being. As Cassiel comes forth in your reading, consider the prompts. What sacred truths can your tears reveal about you? How can facing sorrow transform into strength? What victories can emerge from your vulnerability? This messenger signals a time to honor the sanctity of solitude and allow your tears to cascade freely as an act of purification. This angel encourages you to see each tear as a miniature stained glass window, encapsulating the varied hues of your pain, transforming it only when released. It's time to let go. And it's time to embrace where the heart wants to be, which is home for a lot of you. Which is a feeling, it's a state of being. It's not necessarily a place. Okay. Oh, wow. Let's move on. We're doing water next. Which is going to be interesting because all the Cancer energy. Lord. That nausea, man. Oh, okay. Water. Okay. So for water, this could be for water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Also could obviously reflect the astrology around water signs at this time. Water is also the sacral, okay, which is also an emotional center. So this can also actually connect back to the heart space. The chakra points have really interesting connections with each other. Not the video for that. It's something I'm observing in my reality lately. But the sacral is also the seeds of creative energy, the seeds of life, right? Also procreative sexual energies as well come through water, as does mother maternal like energies and the womb space. So just to give you highlights of what may come up around this reading in terms of all the things I just mentioned. Okay, water. Any messages or insights regarding the element of water? Hearing reflection. Some of you could have been reflecting recently, maybe experiencing some mirror-like things. Some of you guys actually read water, which is cool. But yeah, reflection's coming up. This feels not old, but recent past, is what I'll say for that. Water. Like I keep seeing you looking into a pool of water and like looking at yourself in the pool of water. Some of you could have actually recently become aware of some shadow elements. Maybe some illusions you have. Thank you. They said yes. Some illusions that you have about yourself and your sense of identity that have, I was tempted to say shatter, but it feels more like melting away, dissolving away. Wait, didn't this come up recently too? For one of the elements of like the mirrors dissolving, the mirrors breaking, the mirrors broken? Like it's giving me that vibe too. I don't know who that came up for. If you all remember, please put it in the chat or comment below on that for other people to know. But I'm getting that too. It's like you looked in the water, you reflected, or you were introspective. And suddenly you became clear about some illusions or illusionary thinking, or even I keep getting identity with you in that way. But I also am getting this like, it just dissolved away, just melted away. We'll get a water card. So we have fish and black egg. Some of you are finding your voice, expressing the unexpressed. That feels good. We also have dolphin at the bottom, which is a card of healing. It's also a card of play. It's my Gemini card. Sensual, sexual play energies is part of this too, which again is part of water. But with fish and black egg, I feel like you've slowly, I keep getting words like melded, melted, dissolved. Um, you've slowly merged, melted, melded into some sort of core truth that I want to say you actually had illusions about, but as the illusions have melted away, you've been able to meld into it. Give it a name. I heard name. I heard the word name. Give it a name. So a little just sidebar. There's a lot of power in words. They're spells. Words are spells. A lot of power in words. I feel like some of you are being encouraged to be more aware and intentional with the names you give things, like maybe like narratives and stories. Yeah, that's how it's feeling. Like narratives and stories, the name that you give your like different thoughts, beliefs, whatever, to be more intentional about it. Some of you are using this method to manifest. Ooh, and some of you guys are using this method to transmute and cast things out. I like it. Some of you will identify with seraphim. They're coming up quite a bit. Seraphim have to do with sound resonance. I'm hearing songs and frequencies. Some of you guys could have been having a lot of like clairaudience or songs, sound coming up recently. You could be working with seraphim, or you may be, it's just seraphim. They said don't get too into the details. Seraphim are coming up. And if that word is intriguing to you and you don't know what that's about, just research it. It's a type of angelic frequency is what they said. Anyway. Oh, okay. Who had the wolf again? Air. Air had the wolf card. The wolf is coming out for you with eagle. Look at those colors. All that yellow goldish energy. This feels like, thank you. This feels like a step up of embodiment of a role that you're playing. Again, identity is coming through really big here. Eagle is the world card for me in this deck and actually represents a mastery of fire and air, which is funny because we just finished those, right? But this feels like you're emerging in this wolf energy, but I want to say it's like you are rising into a role or an identity. I'm hearing self-made. A self-made identity. Thank you. Some of you, the dissolving of illusions were identities or labels placed on you by other people, probably family, usually it's family and society, versus being self-made in your image, in your own image. Yeah, custom-made image, as it should be. I like that. I like that a lot. Some of you are doing this with other people. I only say that because wolf can represent groups or tribes or community, but doing this is coinciding with this like melting into your truth. But I keep getting like sound is big here, which communication is part of that too. Maybe how you communicate is changing and shifting. There's something there. There's something there with like throat, sound, music. Again, singing comes to mind, but it doesn't have to be just that. It could be the words you choose, that you're being intentional about it. Very interesting vibes here, water. The eagle's intriguing to me here too, because I feel like the eagle's opening as with the wolf, you moving into the wolf. Again, air had wolf as well. But for that to happen, something had to close. So I'm like, what closed? What closed here for water? What closed for water? Ooh! Octopus. Well, good on you. We do have hummingbird at the bottom. Wow. Okay. Yes, congratulations, water. That's a big deal. Okay. You closed out the octopus. You closed out restraining, confining, devilish energy, but I want to say specifically tied to your sense of identity. Doesn't have to be that. It's just what I'm feeling really strongly for you. But yeah. Ooh. Like ideas and beliefs that really had a strong hold on you, a really strong hold in you. You broke free from that. Could even be a person, but I feel like it's more in the realm of belief and narratives and stories of self. And hummingbird coming out here, hummingbird could be significant for you. Some of you, I'm actually getting this as a person. Sorry, let's come back. I was getting things. I'm like, yeah, that's not important. Um, Hummingbird to me is a card of timing, like divine timing, or even acting now. But hummingbird can also be just like bursts of positive energy, which that's how it's feeling for you. I feel like you've been liberated, water signs, or if you're just watching this because anyway, I feel like you've been liberated. Some of you have an ally that either witnesses you in this, supports you in this, maybe going through the same thing at the same time. Take that as you will. Yeah, I keep getting like some of you, this is an ally of some kind. Could even be a guy, but I don't think so. It feels very physical. All right, let's move on. Archetypes for water. Ooh. Oh, nice. We have healer with lover. That healing energy, I think, says it all with this. With the breaking away from the octopus. When that came out, I was like, wow, of all the cards, that's like the heaviest one. But healer, and then we have the lover card being out here. This lover card has more to do with being in that state of bliss, that state of feeling whole within the self and really feeling just aligned with things in a very like uplifted, positive way. Excuse me, could represent like an actual lover, sure, but that's not specifically what the card is about. I'm also hearing inspired. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting an inspired energy. Sometimes swan can speak to like a muse, artsy, creative expression kind of stuff, like music or singing or writing, painting, like sculpting, things like that. So some of you guys, that is definitely a thing for you, which we are already kind of getting with the fish in the throat chakra, but beautiful. Look at what Jupiter and Cancer's offering everybody. I was so excited for this transit. And now that it's here, I'm like, oh, I'm just like basking in it. I was so amped. So amped. Okay, anyway, not important. Any other messages or insights for water? They're bringing up the hummingbird again. So I was getting stuff about the hummingbird and I was like, no, I'm not going to mention it, but it's coming up again, so I'm going to mention it. So some of you guys, if this is like an ally of sorts, how do I want to describe this energy? Because I am getting a little bit of a, God, how do I describe that? Some of this person has a lot of energy, like a lot. Like they're very restless or they like do a lot of physical activity because they have a lot of energy. Like a hummingbird, right? Like, think of what a hummingbird does. Their little heartbeats are so fast, it's not even a beat. It's just a frequency. It's just a sound. Ooh, I don't know if you just heard my knee crack. Some of you, that's a descriptor of this ally, of this person. But it's so hard to pinpoint. I keep feeling this person's heart, like something about their heart, like their heart races, or they have like, maybe they have a health thing. Yeah, some of this person may have a health thing, oh, thank you. Or they may be going through a bit of like a heart opening or upgrade. I'm getting like heart palpitations, like a racing heart or arrhythmia. But again, they could just be going through a heart opening. Because some of you, this is like you're both going through something at the same time. Some of you, they're just witnessing you. Some of you, they're supporting you. So take it as it resonates. But I keep getting like a racing heart or a lot of excessive energy. I feel like this person, if they do have a lot of energy or anxiety, they try to hide it. I feel like they try to mask it to like, oh, I'll give this person a hug. They mask. Oh, they mask. Some of you, this is somebody who masks. I want to give them a hug now. But if they are going through the same liberation as you, or like, you're in it together, or you're going through something parallel, I want to say you inspire them to not mask, actually. I have a feeling this person's kind of like quirky. Maybe people view them as a little spastic. But again, it's just that fast-paced energy. But yeah, this person might like mask to not overwhelm people or to not be too much. This community knows all about too much, right? Oh. Learning to be in their own rhythm. Learning to be in their own rhythm. I think you're doing this. You're doing that too, absolutely. But again, speaking as someone who have, like, for people who have an ally here, the hummingbird always finds the nectar. I feel like this person has a keen eye or understanding of people. I think they could read people really well. You could probably read people really well too. Maybe you're both water elements or signs or whatever. Um, yeah, there's something about like the hummingbird to the flower, right? The hummingbird to the nectar. They always find it. This energy, I think, is really good at also seeing like the good in situations or the good in people. But I feel like they know how to access healing. They know how to access elixir. Maybe they do this for others and not themselves. Interesting. Anyway, let's move on. I'm getting real sucked in today. Energy Oracle. It's maybe the longest weekly I've ever done. It was not my intention. It's a big week. For water. Yeah, I'm hearing containing excitement. I keep feeling that hummingbird energy. It could be you. Some of you, it's definitely another person. Any messages or insights for water? Some of y'all might have a romance read on the table today. Man holding a heart. It's King of Cups energy, which I definitely feel like you being in this wolf energy can absolutely represent this. Some of you, this may be your ally, but it's someone who is connected to their heart space, their heart resonance, and can act from their heart resonance, take action from their heart resonance, knows how to listen to their heart, maybe even the hearts of other people. It's a really nice energy. Just say, just gonna wave it at you. Door to romance, just waving it. Okay. Man holding a heart. Now we have adjacent possibilities. It's interesting. That's like a 7 of Cups energy. So it's reminding me of the last reading we had with the thread. You know what door is for you. You're rising this wolf energy, which means you've attained some wisdom recently. Not the same as knowledge. We carry knowledge around. When we put it into practice enough, it becomes wisdom. It becomes instinctual. It becomes like a muscle memory of information we've learned, right? Our lessons. Yeah, it's become muscle memory of our lessons, essentially. You know it's for you, even if you're presented with other things. That's why you also have door to romance. This is the door for the man holding a heart. Out of all the possibilities, you know which one is the best. You know what's aligned to you. Follow your heart. And I feel like you are absolutely doing that as the wolf. Now remember, we're getting into sacral energies in this reading too. So again, don't be surprised if it gets a little romantical, sexual, a little tingly. Any other messages or insights for water? Oh, oh, I see you. I see you. So I will say on the bottom, we have the sun, new beginnings, elimination. Behind that, we have the broken heart, which is the 3 of Swords card. And what just came out says a lot. Community and envy. Is this the octopus you let go of? Ooh. Ooh. And I'm like, I wanted to like brush energy off of me. Like, oh yeah, let's not take that with us. Yeah. Uh-huh. So some of y'all Community can represent, again, labels that people put onto you, expectations people have put onto you, the ties that literally cling and bond, tie you to bondage, right? Totally with envy and community. But with adjacent possibilities, it's pretty clear that you don't got to stay there, and you know you don't got to stay there. You know you don't have to stay tied to those beliefs or those people or those places, because you are becoming the wolf and you are self-made in your own image, right? But you're doing it from the heart space, okay? And only with people who can meet you there. Yeah, only with people who can meet you there. This is pretty clear as day. Some of you, this is family or a family relationship, or obligation. I'm getting the ally energy again. If you have an ally, people are so funny. People tell on themselves all the time. It cracks me up. And I used to mention this a lot, and I stopped mentioning it a while ago, but they do. People do. They tell on themselves all the time. If you have an ally of sorts and you've like spoken about this ally, people around you may not have been so encouraging or supportive about it, because maybe they saw how like supportive this ally is for you. Or maybe it was like even the way you spoke about them, maybe they could just see something special or something, like again, like the hummingbird lights up, right? Lights up. There's something about that lighting up. If there are people in your life who, to be honest, like that makes them feel some kind of way, they're showing their true colors. Okay. All right, let's get a final card and then we'll get into tarot. Yeah, so you guys are realizing you've been around the wrong people. Again, I keep getting pulled back to that ally. Yeah, I was waiting for that. Sorry, I thought an ant was crawling on me. Door to personal healing and happiness. Another door. Again, you know the right doors. You know the right doors for you, whether it's door to romance, whether it's door to personal healing and happiness. It's the door to this lover energy. It's the door to healing even, right? It kind of speaks of both. Maybe there's a couple doors that you're walking through right now, and one offers healing, one offers heart-to-heart connection. Soul pod energy, maybe they're both, right? But yeah, look at that. Look at that. Community, envy, and door to personal healing and happiness. Yeah, some of these people do not want you to be doing this. They don't want you to be liberated away from them. Or one person. And again, a lot of you, this is actually just like mindsets that you've attached to because of your upbringing or people you've been influenced by. And you're liberating yourself from their inner dialogue they seeded in your consciousness. Okay? But you deserve it. You deserve to go through the right doors as a man holding a heart. Okay, tarot. Yeah, freedom. I'm hearing freedom with this. I keep feeling like, sorry guys, that's so I keep feeling like there's an ant on me. Okay. Tell me about man holding a heart. Wow, my left knee is cracking a lot. It's not even my bad knee. My bad knee is doing fine. Okay. Man holding a heart for water. Oh, I never noticed that before. So with man holding a heart, he's holding a red heart, but he has like a white like heart stamped on him. Red and white may be a thing. It's also reminding me of like the red path and the white path. That's interesting. I've never noticed that before, like ever. Just sitting with that. There's definitely a message in there. Being marked. Oh. Oh. red and the white. Being marked with the white, but holding the red. Some of you, it's this like, I'm getting two things here. Some of you, it's this feeling of like, with like the red thread that we were talking about before, right? Like what's meant for you is what's meant for you. What is home to your soul, what your soul remembers as for you, right? Like you're marked for that. You're marked for those things versus what you're holding on to and attaching to. But I'm also getting at the flip side too of like, what you choose, what you decide, values again, what you decide to prioritize, what you choose, and what people try to mark you with, what people try to stamp you with, what people try to paint you with. I'm getting it both ways. And who are the people that marked you? Who are the people that labeled you, claimed you, when really they were never meant to do that? And who are the people that you're claiming? Ooh, yeah, it goes both ways here. It goes both ways. Who has like painted you with their labels and their understanding of you projected onto you versus what have you been marked by destiny for? And even in the midst of that, who do you choose and who have you wrongfully claimed? Oh, Jesus. That's some interesting karmic dynamics going on there. Let that marinate. Let's move on and get a card for man holding a coin. We're doing elements today. We got two queens. So I think it was the first one I did. Air and water have something going on right here. We had the woman holding a heart and woman holding a coin. The one holding a heart is more watery, but she also represents fire too. So it's interesting we have those two queens coming up here with man holding a coin. Could this represent one person? Yes. But could also represent more than one. Why are these queens out here for man holding a coin? Why are the queens out here? Yeah. King of Swords. Use that discernment. Who's for you? Who's not for you? Who belongs at your table? Who doesn't belong at your table? Right? Aquarius, King of Swords, be discerning. Whether it's just one person, the candle just went out. Whether it's one person or many people, right? Who's envious? Who's attached? Who attaches? Who holds you back and keeps you from better things, better relationships? Adjacent possibilities. How about adjacent possibilities? How about adjacent possibilities? I'm hearing stop. Stop what? Stop entertaining what you know you shouldn't. Oh, did you hear my voice crack as I said that? Stop entertaining what you know you shouldn't. We have adjacent possibilities. 2 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. There's that 3 of Swords energy there. Yeah, stop entertaining that. That. Stop entertaining that. Some of y'all got people in your life who are competitive, judgmental, who compare, who gaslight maybe, who even manipulate. Stop entertaining these people. Stop it. We've all learned this shit by now. Stop it. Stop. Can I get one other card for adjacent possibilities? Yeah, contemplation about this. Don't think too hard. I mean, I think this is pretty clear. You can be tied up with the octopus or not. You know what the octopus energies are. And they're also reminding me of like what came up in the first reading. Just because something is familiar and safe doesn't mean it's the right decision. Right? Tell me about community. Tell me about community. Okay, interesting. We have King of Pentacles. I feel like that's your energy. Can I get more about community? Yeah, you might, like, I don't know if this came up in this reading or the last one, but with community and King of Pentacles manages the Ten of Pentacles. They take care of other people. You might be tied up with a person or other people in a way where it's like they need you or whatever. But there might just be like siphoning off of you, using you, abusing. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. So I repeat, who belongs at your table and who doesn't? Set yourself free, okay? Set yourself free from any octopus tentacle-like energies that are just sucking the life out of you and using you, keeping you down, keeping you from growing, keeping you from experiencing new things. Just stop. Just stop and recognize who does belong at your table. Yeah, people, I keep hearing people tell on themselves. Just pay attention. People tell on themselves. Yeah, who belongs at your table in the long term and who doesn't? Tell me more about community. Okay, yeah, getting things in the proper order. It's interesting. Getting things in the proper alignment. I just got really dizzy with that. You're gonna be having a lot of crown energy. One more for community. And there it is. Five of Pentacles. Some of you, these people have like caused you some financial hardship, indirectly or directly, either because you've had to give them money or support them financially in some way, or they've actually like drained your energy to the point where like that drain has actually affected your finances, and that can totally happen. But yeah, in terms of community, yeah, this is you getting very clear about, again, who belongs at your table and who doesn't. Tell me about envy. Whoa, that was quick. Okay. Three of Wands and strength. Having the courage and the strength to turn your back is what that looks like to me. To turn your back and to look forward. One more card for envy. Yep. I get it. It's not easy. Some of y'all feel guilty about doing this. But if it's in your highest good, it's in your highest good. Tell me about door to personal healing and happiness. Let's look at this door you're walking through. Tell me about door to personal healing and happiness. Well, that says it all. Full of the Ten of Swords. Oh, look at this. At the top, we have Lovers, and on the bottom, we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, look at you. Walking in your alignment, setting yourself free as the wolf. So love to see that confirmation. Let's roll some dice here. Yeah, this is going to be the longest weekly I've ever done. It was just the vibes. Show you in a second. Wow. So we have fourth house. So yeah, family and domestic life, or people you consider your tribe or that you live with, could be a real thing here. I would say actually maybe even a problem. Mercury and Sagittarius. There's that freedom energy. Y'all need a little Saggy energy in your life. Okay. So some of you guys could be Mercury ruled, whether you have Gemini, Virgo in prominent placements or first house, or your Mercury in your first house. Some guys could be Sag or Gemini rising, Cancer rising. I'm seeing that too. What would that be? Virgo. Some guys could be Virgo rising as well. Yeah, I feel like this, yeah, this is about what's right for you, not others. Yeah. It's about what's right for you, not other people. And being very vocal about it. With Mercury. Very vocal, very clear about it. Yeah, that Sag energy is just like, I gotta choose me and what my heart needs and what my heart wants and what is uplifting and inspiring, and not just entrapping. Yeah. So I showed that fourth house being emphasized. I think we saw the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, we did. We saw Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and Nine of Swords with you. That fourth house is jumping out at me. Fourth house is opposing the 10th house, which the 10th house to me with the Midhaven energy is Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles card is my Midhaven card, because it's about legacy, the future, even reputation, and what we pass down generationally. Legacy, again, you're trying to reconcile, oh, there it is. You're reconciling your past versus your future. And your emotional stability versus your material security. Which one matters to you? Everyone has different values, but I don't know. To me, it just seems kind of clear that, like, if you can't honor your heart and your soul, does anything matter? Like, I don't know. That's just me. Everyone's different. But yeah, I see that. Time to get clear, time to get brave, and time to get vocal. Okay? All right. Let's move on to Earth. Oh, sorry. I still can't go live on my desktop, and I'm over it. Very over that being a problem. I just have to share, that's all. Okay. Body with Earth. All right, so getting into the Earth reading. Nikki, I am love. Thank you, sis. Thank you for sharing your energy. Thank you for showing up for us. Oh, you're very welcome. I enjoy it immensely. It's very fulfilling to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Earth. So the Earth reading here, I'm trying to find the animals. For Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But Earth also represents the material plane, the physical vessel, how we feel safe, how we feel secure, how we feel grounded, how we feel rooted. And it can also touch on money, can also touch on health. So just think about it in terms of that if you're not watching for Earth signs. Not making choices for my heart, not even. You'd be surprised. There are a lot of people who do not. There are a lot of people who go, heart, emotions, no, must turn away. This is water, this is Earth. We're doing Earth right now. Earth is last today. Actually, I think Earth has been last the last couple videos. Okay, any messages or insights for Earth? What animals want to come out for Earth? So, that nauseous energy, it's still lingering in the background from when I did fire, but I'm like, I just became really aware of it. So there may be something in the fire reading for you, but like, I'm like, I don't want to like evoke it too much. Just a lot of solar energy. Oh yeah, a lot of solar energy here. Oh, that's why. We have raccoon. Okay. Raccoon is earth. It's not a fire element, but the reason I'm feeling it in relation to the solar plexus, I'm feeling fear. That's what I'm feeling, and fear lives in the solar plexus. It lives in the digestive system and nervous system. Thank you for the $10, Airbnb Gypsy. I love it. Thank you for the $10. Yeah, there's fear. There's fear and there's insecurity here. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Raccoon can also be a masking energy. You could be hiding some sort of insecurity. It could be someone around you, but it's definitely an energy of like playing small or trying to like not show something, trying to not show unease, dis-ease. Maybe there's something going on health-wise with you or someone around you, but trying not to show dis-ease is how that wants to come through. There's something else I was getting with the Earth. The cheetah is coming up a lot. We'll see if the cheetah comes out, that solar energy. Cheetah was very prominent in the Aloha Friday. The Aloha Friday live was crazy. Just saying, if any of y'all didn't see it, it was blowing my mind. Especially if you have any strong connection to cheetahs or owls, I would watch it. Just saying. Okay, because it was great. Let's get some other cards out here for you, Earth signs. Yeah, I feel like this is touching on safety. Like, is it safe? Like, is it safe? Is it safe to say that? Is it safe to do that? But like at the same time, trying to play it cool. Ooh. Oh, it's gonna be a good reading. So look, fire with the lion. This is my King of Wands energy. Also been a prominent energy just as an animal, right? The last couple of weeks for the collective. This is a mastery of fire. This is a mastery of confidence, sovereignty, empowerment, your ability for timing. This is card really speaks to the knowing when to act, knowing when to rest, right? A lion will rest for 20 hours a day, and then for the other 4 hours, they're awake doing the shit they got to do because they do it with precision, right? They do it with precision, that masculine precision coming up here again. And then we have the cosmic egg with the crown chakra. So reaching some sort of climax or peak of a moment. I'm hearing a moment. I would say spiritual development. Okay, little activation warning. There's a lot of energy rising. Some of you may have some Kundalini energy going on here. We do have the snake here with the crown. Just taking a minute. So what I'm getting, earth signs, this is the moment. That's what I'm hearing. I know that sounds intense. Don't get scared. Don't fall into that raccoon energy. I'm hearing this is the moment. Part of you knows it and you're freaking out. That's what I'm getting. You know it. That's why the cosmic egg and lion are here. It's like, oh, this is like, it's a, oh my God, I can't even talk. You may struggle with words. Ground yourself. Okay, ground yourself when this moment happens. Spirit, can you give me more details here? It's just the energy is like so overwhelming. I literally think words are hard in this window of time, in this moment. It's a moment to rise into that lion energy. Thank you. It's a moment to rise in the exalted masculine, regardless of your gender. That means even when you're anxious and freaked out or scared of repercussions, you dig into your sovereignty, you dig into your heart space, and you wield your sword, and you do it with confidence and precision. I think someone said it. Yeah, we're getting our crowns. Yeah, this is a moment for some people to be crowned, to get their crown, to really to know what it feels like to be in their sovereignty with maturity and with wisdom and calm. And calm and confidence and calm. I'm getting stillness is really big here. Ooh, earth signs, this is a big moment. Some of you, it's also a display of your power and your majesty. It's really the your masculinity, regardless of gender here, okay? Authority. But it's not like the authority, it's like authority. It's actually kind of sexy. Okay. Archetype. Why do I already feel this way? Any messages or insights for Earth here? Oh, okay, y'all gotta tell me about this moment in your life because I heard the door is open. Like it's almost like you're getting an opening or like an invitation to do this, to like the king. Oh, Jesus. It's a lot of energy, guys. The king. The opening, like it's a moment. Like I feel like you recognize it. You may even feel it coming, but like you know it. You recognize it. Like, oh shit, this is the moment. Like to say the thing, to do the thing, to show up, whatever. You're seeing it. You're recognizing it. Some of you are invited into it. Some of you are just like, oh, the moment is now. It's just very clear. Interesting. Ooh, interesting. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna show you. This is all the bottom. We don't have any cards yet, but I'm just gonna. Holy shit. Okay. This feels significant. So the king's at the bottom. Thanatos, which is the energy of death, also transmuting. Fault line, opening. The opening. Hold on. Come here. They're all sticking together. The siren with the queen and the thread. Look at that. That's crazy. So the opening, the invitation, absolutely is coming by way of this with siren, queen, and the thread. So whether you're experiencing this because someone's literally opening the door for you, which I think most of you, that's how this is going to happen. Like someone's going to say something and it's going to be the opening for you to say something. Someone's going to do something. It's going to be your opening to do something. It's like a dance is what I'm getting. So it's like there's some sort of energy here, feminine energy. Again, doesn't have to be a person. It could literally be the cosmos being like, here you go. And you're like, oh shit, it's time. Right? Wow. Anyway, I just had to show you. Okay. All right, now let's get cards up here from the archetype deck. Any other messages or insights from my earth signs? The stone, not my favorite card. The stone is a card about very, very, very slow change or even permanence. It's a very rigid energy. You got to have a lot of patience with this kind of energy. I feel like that's the raccoon, to be honest. This feels like the raccoon energy. Yeah, careful. Careful, slow, cautious, like a scared animal, right? Like, I don't know, right? Like, that's that kind of energy. Nothing wrong with timing, right? Because that's the thing with the lion. It's a mastery of the right timing, but that's also that king energy of recognition. Oh, it's time, right? Versus the raccoon, which is probably just like a little extra slow and safe and methodical. Methodical is a word that keeps coming up here. Anything else for Earth? So I have the crown. This is feminine wisdom at its best, is how that wanted to be said. Feminine wisdom at its best. The crone is the elder portion of the trinity of feminine energy, right? Maiden, mother, crone. Crone is also a card of just pure magic and alchemy, but also the ability to utilize your primal energies and even your shadow to your benefit. This is a very fearless energy. You're being asked to be fearless here, which makes sense because the raccoon is a little shaky. I almost want to say it's a shaky energy there. Be fearless. Be fearless in what you know. Be fearless in who you are. Like, because this is something you possess. You possess this crone energy, which tells me you possess actually a lot of capability and a lot of discernment, maybe even intuition, regardless of gender here. I know we're talking about a lot of masculine stuff, and now we're talking about feminine stuff. They all exist in all of us, right? You have the wisdom of the crone. You do. So just remember that. Believe in that. Believe in that part of yourself and be fearless. Earth signs. Ugh. We working today. We got the mountain. I'm not loving this energy here. I am hearing stillness though. Grounded energy can come with a mountain, but mountain to me is also a challenge. Sometimes a block, sometimes it speaks of ascent. I'm like getting the stone with this. Something has been really rigid for a long time, or almost immovable, almost unchangeable for a long time. You're being asked to be fearless, to move into the crone, to not lean into that too hard. Again, I think grounding and stillness is a really good thing for you here. but you're being asked to be brave, almost like to leave the mountain. Like, to leave what is so familiar and so unchanging. Yeah, can I get a fourth one for Earth, please? Can I get a fourth one for Earth? Ooh, we have the vow. This feels new. And then we have the vessel coming out here. The vessel's interesting here. Why is the vessel? Ooh, hold on. I know I'm going ooh a lot today. Sorry, I'm just sitting with this. Okay. Okay. The bottom cards. I'm just feeling a lot of stirring right now. And it's distracting. So we have on the bottom, I'm getting shaky. It's like interesting. We have the vessel with temple, the womb, and the maiden. And what this feels like to me is investment. That actually is what this feels like. The vessel and the womb are practically one and the same. The vessel is a containment or the body. The womb is where we gestate, where we create, where we grow. Temple is sacred container, sacred space. Sorry, I just saw something. And then we have maiden, which is a newer, pure, freer, kind of curious, explorative energy. It's kind of giving me that queen siren vibe. No matter how this is coming up for you, Lions, keep in mind this can be reversed or vice versa if there's other people involved in this. This feels like the invitation to act, to invest, to take action towards this, to put something, to plant something, plant a seed, start something new. But it feels very well contained. Again, temple, womb, vessel. And it also feels sacred even. And the fact that we have the vow coming out here for you. Yeah, I'm hearing this is sacred work. Take that as you will. This invitation to rise into this lion energy for you, it's an invitation for sacred work. That's literally how they want me to say it. Take it as you will. It's a sacred invitation, but I want to say what makes it sacred is you stepping into sovereignty. That's what makes it sacred, is you stepping into your sovereignty to say yes to whatever this is. It's to grow something. It's definitely to like invest, plant a seed, get something growing. The vow also says potential contract. Or potential like obligation, commitment of some kind. Again, doesn't have to be romantic, but it is an invitation. The bird is standing out to me. There could be birds that could be significant for you. White feathers is also what I'm hearing. White and black, the crone. You could be having a lot of white black contrast. That came up earlier too. I don't remember for who. Anyway, invitation for sacred work, because it's inviting you to step into your sovereignty if you say yes. Or if you go for this, if you take the invitation. Wow. Oh yeah, and I forgot. On the bottom, we have the ring. Just more about cycles than anything. But the ring to me is also a symbol of commitment and devotion. Yeah, like what's on the top, the starborn. Whatever this is, Earth signs, you're gonna have to like literally rise to the occasion for this. Okay. Energy Oracle. I need more time in a day. There's a lot of things I was excited to do today. Not to say I'm not having fun here. I'm having a lot of fun here. But I'm like, oh, I wonder what time it is. Oh, it's been like, anyway. Blah, 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 blah. Messages or insights for Earth, please. I'm doing Earth right now, Marley. Any messages or insights? Thank you. This is coming up for everybody. Man holding a coin, and look who's on the bottom. Woman holding a coin. So there's definitely, again, this like dance of like masculine, feminine energies, but that's very collective right now. I feel like this is for you guys who are rising in the lion energy, or at least the invitation to rise into the lion energy, the invitation to take action or to say something. And it's coming from this energy. Again, this could be cosmic. Some of you it's a person, some of you it's just something is presenting itself for you to move forward into. Okay. And again, it's very clear. It's like, oh, this is the moment. This is the moment. Man. So I just know there's a lot of love reads going on right now. Man holding a coin, the thinking man, an angel of love. Angel of love is how it sounds. It's an invitation of love is what I'm hearing. That's, again, sacred work, sovereignty, but it is an invitation of love. Love does not have to be romantic. It can be a love for a cause, a love for a friend, a love for a purpose, a job, right? It's mating season. It kind of feels like it, right? You know what? Oh, I'm thinking about astrology. Doing astrology gymnastics right now. So you guys know sometimes I mention like, hey, we've got some interesting waves coming in, or interesting windows for like, births, right? We're in one right now, a really interesting one right now. But just reading that had me thinking like, oh, what is the astrology 10 months from now? Where are we? We're in June? Can I even that's way too far ahead for me to do the gymnastics actually. So April of 2026. I don't know. You got me thinking. You got me wanting to research. Anyway, man holding a coin, thinking man, an angel of love. The thinking man is the energy of recognizing the invitation. This is the energy of taking action on you seeing the invitation. Okay. I get a sip of water here. What's coming after angel of love? They're mentioning the power of knowing. There's something about that in your reading that feels like a dominant force. I don't know how else to say that. Even if something doesn't make sense, knowing, I don't know how to put words to this. You just know. This is weird. This is a weird message. I know we mentioned like you're gonna know the moment. You will know the moment for sure. But there's something else about knowing here of like it may not make sense, or it may not be tied. Like there's like almost like not tied to anything, but you just know. I don't know. I'm not quite getting that. Spirit's trying to give it to me, and I'm like, Spirit, I can't really pick up what you're putting down with that. I'll just trust it. It's seated for whoever needed to hear that. Anyway. Anything else for Earth? Can I get 2 other cards for Earth? I want 5 cards for Earth in total, please. Can I get 2 more cards for Earth? Strategy. Interesting. Strategy. That's definitely the thinking man. Like I mentioned, whatever this is, we have so much like container. Excuse me. That this is requiring you to take action and invest in some way to grow something in some way. So that definitely will come with a plan or logistics of sorts. Whatever this is, it's very practical, it's very tangible. You can put your hands on it or be very physically involved in it. Ooh. We have Archangel Gabriel with the throat. So not only are you taking action, but you're saying something. I want to say that's the yes. Some of you with the throat chakra and strategy, how do I want to say this? It may be, how do I want to say? Read my mind. Who else had this? Whoever had the swan, whoever had like the lever card, I forget which element it was at this point. Where lever swan energy can represent like artsy. I'm getting that a little bit. I got disconnected. I'm getting that a little bit here, like scribe like work for some of you, or like creative work, but it's in the realm of like Mercury. Like Mercury's coming through really strong with Archangel Gabriel. So yeah, thank you. That's what it is. Mercurial work, mercurial opportunities. Mercurial is like coming through really strong. Interesting. Okay, let's get some tarot out here. Oh, ooh, some of you, it's the invitation. So again, just to confirm, some of you, someone might say something to you and you're gonna go, oh, that's the moment. Now's the time. You're gonna just know. Again, reading for a lot of people, so take it as it resonates. One more shuffle. Tell me about man holding a coin for Earth. There's the raccoon. It's okay. Earth signs, it's okay. I just want to give you a hug. That's that raccoon energy. Be the lion, not the raccoon. You're a lion. Don't you remember you're a lion? You're a lion, even though you're Earth sign. You're a lion. Okay? King of Pentacles at the bottom. Yeah, that's totally the raccoon energy. Okay. We'll just leave it there. That just seems to be clear. Tell me about thinking man. Oh, thank you, Jessica. That's sweet. I feel like my hair is a little frizzy, but I'll take it. I will gladly take it. Today's hair wash day, so tell me about thinking man. Earth signs, do not get in your head about this. Do not get in your head about this. Do not get in your head about this. Thinking man, we have 5 of swords. I'm definitely going to clarify that. Why is the 5 of swords here for thinking man? It's a moment. Don't overthink. Just act. Just act. Just say. Just go with your heart on this. I want to say go with your heart and go with your soul. Do not overthink this moment. I really want to say it's a moment in time, and you're just going to know, and you're just going to feel it. You're just going to see it, and it's just, you just need to respond. You just need to respond. Tell me about thinking man with the 5 of swords. We have strength on the bottom with the 3 of wands. That bodes pretty well. But now with the thinking man, we have 5 of swords, 8 of pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. I'm actually getting something about boundaries here. With the 8 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, that definitely is a devotion to integrity, which is good. That is kind of that lion-esque energy. The 5 of swords is just a little concerning here. Because this moment could trigger you a little bit, but it could trigger that raccoon energy, right? Like fight or flight. Thank you. It's fight or flight. That's what this is. Oh, it's fight or flight. Oh. My advice to you right now is just start grounding like all the time. Because whenever this moment happens, I'm not going to say it's not going to come back again. I don't feel that necessarily, but it's just like, it's a moment to respond. It's not like, it's timing. It's divine timing. And whatever this is feels, again, sacred work. Whatever this is, I think is probably really good for you, okay? Or at least interesting. At least inviting, literally inviting. So prepare yourself. Be the lion now. Be the lion right now. Get into your lion energy. Get into your lion energy. Because yeah, that's what the 5 of swords is. It's fight or flight. Some of you may be tempted to just like, I'm hearing recoil into some coping mechanisms, recoil into your work, disappear into your work mode is what I'm getting to. Maybe work persona. That's interesting. You know what? Now I do want to look at the nine of Swords a little bit on the man holding a coin. Tell me a little bit more about the Nine of Swords, please. Four of Cups. One more for man holding a coin. Five of Pentacles. Earth signs. You can do this. You can handle this. This moment is happening for a reason for you, and it is divine timing. All of this around man holding a coin for your energy tells me you're feeling kind of insecure, okay? You're feeling insecure, maybe even a little bit of imposter syndrome. Doubts, definitely doubts. This being presented to you is for you. It's for you. It's for you. Yeah, be very careful with the recoil. I know like we're human and our nervous systems respond the way they respond, but I can feel the recoil here. And the way it's coming out, some of you may come out like defensive or like a wall or literally just like withdrawing into yourself or withdrawing into work is what I'm getting with that. This is for you. I feel like you need that confirmation. It's for you. It wouldn't be here if it wasn't. The way that it's showing up, the way Spirit's speaking to me about it, even like, hold on a second. Let's take a look at the animals again. Look at this. Literally rising into the lion, rising into mastery, rising into spiritual growth and development. This is for you. It's made for you. It's meant for you. Tell me about Angel of Love for Earth. Do you need more confirmation? we have the Star. Maybe some of you, this is like a really big opportunity or something, and it's like, maybe it just seems surreal. Yeah, the Star and the Seven of Wands. Do not block your blessings here, okay? Don't do it. Don't block your blessings. Don't you dare do it. Sorry, I got really into that. If you're new to tarot, the Star card is a wish fulfillment. The Star card is a blessing, okay? Just to make that very clear. Seven of Wands is a defensive energy. It's also a card of bravery. One more for Angel of Love. Earth signs, I'm gonna shake you. Do not block your blessings. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Just don't. Embrace. Embrace the invitation. Be brave. If anything, I would say like an opportunity here is to recognize when these triggers happen or when the fight or flight kicks in and that little voice of doubt goes, this isn't really for you. You can't do that. You can't. Fight it. Be courageous. Seven of Wands. Fight it so that you can actually like say yes to your own blessings. Oh, tell me about strategy for Earth. Yeah. Life-changing. This is life-changing. The World card being here, it's life-changing. So some of you, this opportunity may come by way of, thank you, not come by way of, but may have a layer or a piece or an aspect to it of traveling, international travel, or maybe even like social media, stuff like that. I'm getting more international, which is kind of cool. But life-changing. The World card is also Saturn. It's also the fixed signs. It's when we have chapters in our life close and new ones open. This is life-changing. Tell me about strategy. I'm hearing the dog. The dog is distracting me. Dogs could be a symbol for you or a synchronicity for you. Tell me more about strategy. Almost said tragedy. Interesting. Tell me more about strategy with the World. I can't even. Earth signs. The Tower. Yes, this is unexpected. Emperor is also making an appearance with Judgment. Sorry, I'm starting to get a little worked up because I don't want you guys to like just block your own shit here. Emperor and Judgment. It's your time to rise into this energy. You can do this. It's for you, okay? The World in the Tower. Yes, this is unexpected, but it's a wide open door of possibilities. Tell me what's coming with the Tower with strategy. I didn't even have words. I don't even know what I grumbled there. Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords. This is you looking at it scared. And suspicious, actually. I'm getting that too, suspicious. Let's look at the throat chakra. Yeah, this is, wow. So again, the throat, some of you, this is an aspect that's tied into this opportunity, like maybe needing to speak or sing or etc. Mercurial energies, right? But a lot of you, this is also representing the invitation. It is spoken to you, or given to you or presented to you through mercurial means or ways. And with that, we have the Three of Cups, the Three of Wands, Strength, Three of Pentacles, and Six of Swords. All of this is about looking forward to the future and building something and celebrating it. Especially with that Six of Swords being there, that Six of Swords usually comes with some nice peaceful energy and also an expanded viewpoint. Seeing something you couldn't see before, going somewhere you couldn't go before. Some of you guys, a lot of travels involved in this. Need I say more? Oh, gee, earth signs. On the bottom, we have the Hanged Man and the Fool. This is your moment to get out of that Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is Pisces, but I often associate the Cosmic Egg with the Hanged Man. They both have very strong crown energies. The Hanged Man is a card of spiritual development, as is the Cosmic Egg. We have the Hanged Man when we need to see something different, when we are going through periods of spiritual growth, which sometimes comes with delays or needing to sit in the void. This is an invitation to move into a state of being, rising into the lion that you have not done before. Seeing something that you didn't see before, getting invited to something that you didn't have an opportunity to before. It's to get you unstuck into the Fool. Can you be fearless? Can you be fearless? Can you take a risk here? All the cards look amazing for if you do it. I'm just saying. But, you know, it's your life. Discernment. Let me get out of that, like, weird sun energy. Yeah, it's your life. Discernment. Do what you want to do with that. Let's get some dice. Yeah, we end with an angel card. Yeah, let's get some dice here. Talk about Mercury. Jeez. So we have Mercury. We have Virgo. So you guys are Virgo rising. That Mercury energy is really strong. And then we have the fifth house. So I'm seeing prominent Leo, Virgo, Gemini. Some of you guys could be cuspers with Virgo, Leo. Cappy's coming up, which is interesting. Well, let me do a little math here. Some of you guys are Taurus rising. That's interesting. Yeah, some of you guys are Virgo, fifth house. Some of you guys are Mercurial ruled. I think I mentioned that before. Some of you have your Mercury in the fifth house. I would check to see where Mars is transiting for you. Just because we have Virgo out here and Mars is now moving into Virgo tomorrow and joining with Regulus, which again is that like challenge to rise into that lion-hearted energy, to rule with sovereignty and the heart. Yeah, definitely keep your eyes on your house of Virgo if you're resonating with this, okay? Because Mars is doing something there for you. Oh, I want to give you guys a hug. Some of y'all really struggle with imposter syndrome. I don't like the word perfectionist. I don't really like that word. Maybe that's a word you struggle with or resonate with. I don't know, even the way it came through, I'm like, it's just not a word I identify with. I don't know, that was weird even, it's like weird even saying it. I'm like, where did, like, yeah, I think that's one, it might be a word you guys use. That's not in my repertoire. Um, but yeah, heavy on the imposter syndrome. Also heavy on I hate to say judgment, but yeah, self-critical. Maybe you're really hard on yourself. Probably grew up in a house where people were hard on you. Or you could just be naturally really hard on yourself, but you don't have to be. They're bringing back to mercurial energy. Some of you have yeah, I'm just getting a lot about insecurity. Some of you have an insecurity about how much you actually know something or like knowledge. I feel like it's actually like a insecurity of Mercury, actually. Like an insecurity of like talking, communicating properly, being heard, received properly, maybe even being seen. I'm getting Chiron, a lot of Chiron energy here. Like maybe you have a Mercurial Chiron or you have Chiron in Leo. Yeah, because it's giving me like, yeah, insecurities of being seen and understood and received properly. But then there's this, I'm also getting insecurity of like getting it right, um, or really knowing something. I just feel like whatever this invitation is, you like a part of you feels insecure about being the right fit for it or being able to handle it. But I want to say it's made for you. I want to say it's made for you. I keep getting sacred work. Virgo is also sacred. Virgo touches on sacred work as well. Intentional work. Some of you, this is definitely a collaboration of sorts. And it's like, yeah, again, it's like this feeling of like, I don't know if I'm up to par for that. Get out of your comfort zone with this. You can do this. I want to say it's made for you. I can't say it enough. Let's get an angel card. We got to wrap this up. I'm going through it. I know we're almost here for 4 hours. It was not my intention. It just happened. Can I get an angel card for my earth element peeps here? Can I get an angel card for my earth element? Oh, that's too many. I'm not taking all those. It's way too many angels. Thank you. Ooh. Ooh, there's a lot going on in this card. Arachio, a world of wonder. I don't know if you guys can see it. I know the glare, it's hard to see, but look at that visual. Like literally, right? Like within the spiral of the spirals of the spirals, and there's just this like beacon of a light. It's giving me rabbit hole vibes. Again, you are invited into something here. Let's read it. Also, this deck is linked below. I finally linked it, just so you guys know. Okay. Fallen Angel. The Watchers, Geomancy, the Hermetic Principle of Correspondence, a world of wonder. Geomancy, an ancient practice of divination, taps into the innate patterns of the earth to unveil the secrets of the future and reveal the hidden will of the divine. Ooh, like, wow. Okay. Arakiel, one of the Watchers, bestowed this mystical form of divination upon humanity, granting them a heightened perception of the magic that exists in the world around them. Practitioners interpret the resulting patterns by casting soil, rocks, or sand and embodying the Hermetic principle as above, so below, by which the larger universe is reflected in more minor elements. As an angelic being, Arakiel's legacy is complex, woven through ancient texts with varying shades of morality. In Enoch 1, they are portrayed as a transgressor whose teachings, though aimed at enlightening humanity, inadvertently pave the way for their downfall. Yet what is this? I don't know. Okay, I don't know this word. Sibylline oracles, 6th century BC, offer a contrasting view depicting Arakiel alongside Ramiel, Uriel, Samiel, and Azazel as one of the 5 angels leading human souls to judgment. Judgment card came out for you as well. This role casts them not as a fallen angel, but as a guide, helping souls navigate the journey to their final reckoning with dignity. Oh, this duality of Arakiel's character, both mystic and mentor, serves as a metaphor for the intricate webs that bind the universe. Just as the veins coursing with blood beneath our skin mirror the canyons and rivers that sculpt our earth, and the neurons firing in our brains echo the roots intertwining beneath the soil, so too does this messenger remind us of the profound interconnectivity of existence. Okay, there's more, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of themes here about destiny and the divine tapestry. Okay, including divine timing. And I'm telling you, this invitation is showing up for a reason. The thread, exactly, Aisha, the thread. Okay, I'm coming back. By looking to the earth and seeking a middle ground, we can learn to see objectively while recognizing that every pattern in the sand and line on our hands reflects life's larger, intricate design. By embracing this perspective, we are invited to engage more deeply with the world around us, finding meaning and guidance in the natural patterns that shape our lives and destinies. Reflect on the following question to deepen your connection with the esoteric lessons of Arakiel. How can observing the natural patterns around you help you understand the complexities of your own life's journey? Considering the duality of Arakiel's legacy, what can you learn from acknowledging both the light and shadows of your own life? Raccoon and lion. Okay. How can you work with the principle as above, so below to foster a greater sense of harmony with the earth and the ethereal? There's a guidance here, like a practice. I'm going to give you guys the practice, just considering what's going on in your reading here, okay? To connect with this angel, go outside and immerse yourself in the natural world. Invoke this messenger by whispering this call as if the words are a gentle breeze. Arakiel, I call upon you. Grant me the ability to perceive the hidden magic within the earth. Briefly close your eyes and take a deep breath. When you reopen your eyes, observe your environment and take note. What visions, feelings, or ideas arise as you look to the patterns in nature for insight? And it's on page 33. Just saying, master number, which is mastery of a creation and manifestation. What was I going to say here? It's interesting reading that. So y'all know I'm a nature person. And I say this all the time. I know a lot of you know this and walk with this in your own life too. Nature talks all the time. It talks all the time. She's very chatty. She is constantly showing you what is happening. She's constantly telling you what is happening. So it's interesting because I feel like this card is just like about that, right? Like, be aware of how nature is responding to you. Like, be aware of like how nature is talking to you, right? Yeah, I don't know, just saying. Okay, I need to let my voice rest. This was a long weekly. Very happy to be here with all of you. It was fun. I hope these messages really assist you for this incredible monumental week and however the energies are playing in your life or how you are playing with the energies. And I will see you all very soon. Reminder, I will be live on Wednesday, early in the morning. I forget what time, to do the summer solstice talk and intention setting, or talks about that on Patreon. The Patreon weekly will either be Wednesday or Thursday. I'll see y'all for Aloha Friday, and I may be live on Patreon this weekend for the New Moon Cancer, almost said July, New Moon Cancer Hangout. I think that's it for now. Oh, and the podcast episode, the last one I did, comes out tomorrow, and I may do another one this week. Patrons get early access. I think that's everything I need to say. Okay, I'm going to go. Have a great Monday and the rest of your week, and I'll see y'all later. Bye. Take care.